Back at Arlington Stadium, Eric Nadel with knuckleballer Phil Niekro, who will pitch tomorrow night. And Phil, I guess you are an oddity in that you did not learn the knuckleball as a result of hurting your arm. But in fact, you learned it because your father hurt his arm. How about the way you learned to throw that pitch?
I started throwing it when I can remember picking up a baseball. My dad played for a coal mining team back in Ohio, and he was a big guy, coal miner, too hard, and he just hurt his arm and couldn't pitch anymore. And another coal miner taught him how to throw a knuckleball to keep him to play some more with the coal mining team. And by the time I became, 8 or 9 or 10, he couldn't throw hard in the ball and couldn't throw a curveball, so all he could throw was a knuckleball. So to play catch in the backyard, if we played catch, I had to catch a knuckleball. And basically that's how I learned it. When I became a freshman in high school, I was a knuckleball pitcher. I went through high school, American Legion ball, my whole minor league system throwing a knuckleball. So I learned to throw that before I learned how to throw a fastball or a curveball. To this day, I can't throw a curveball because I'm so used to throwing knuckleballs, and there's different parts of your muscle in your arm that you use for them two pitches.
Has anyone ever tried to change you anywhere along the line?
There were managers in minor league system coming up saying, hey, some says, get rid of knuckleball, go with the little sinker and the slider and the curveball and off-speed pitches. And other guys said, stay with the knuckleball, keep throwing, getting over the plate, and you'll get to the big leagues. And I was confused there for a while because I always try to listen to managers in the minor leagues, and I was confused. And finally read Murph when I was in Jacksonville. Said, hey, you're going to get to the big leagues. All you have to do is get the ball over. He convinced me that I was going to get there if I could stay with the knuckleball. And I took his word, and I stayed with it, and I kept throwing it. And I got to the big leagues and got sent back down and went back up and got sent back down again. And finally I got up, and I've been up since.
We're visiting with Phil Niekro. We'll be back in just 1 minute. Eric Nadel back with Yankee right-hander Phil Niekro. And Phil, is there any single event that stands out the most in your professional career? Perhaps your first big league victory, your first All-Star game appearance? What stands out the most?
Probably the first day I signed my professional contract back in Ohio when I was 18 years old. I think that was it. I think just getting the opportunity and that chance, that one break of a lifetime where so many other young boys in the country would like to get. I got it, and I signed my name, and it was just up to me after that where I got it. But I don't think I'll ever forget the excitement of when I put my name on the Milwaukee Braves professional baseball contract, and from there it was up to me with the help of a lot of other people. I've made a career out of it.
I guess with the first half you're having this year, thoughts of retirement fade a little farther into the back of your mind. How much longer for Phil Niekro?
Eric, I don't know. I've been being asked that for 6, 7, 8 years now. I've got a 2-year contract. I hope to play that out as long as my health holds up, my arm holds up, and until I can really truly know myself that I can't perform anymore, and I'm keeping somebody else from making a pitching staff. I'm not being productive. I'm not winning. I'm getting tired of traveling or whatever. But I don't think someone else will come up and tell me we want you to retire again. I'll definitely know.
Well, the All-Star game coming up next week, and Phil Niekro very likely to be on the American League squad. I know you've got some mixed emotions about that. You have a charity golf tournament that takes place that same week, and it looks like you're going to miss it, Phil.
Well, it'd be kind of nice to pitch on an All-Star team. The only problem I got, I've been to 3 or 4 of them, and I think I pitched 1 inning. I never get to pitch them because there's nobody there who can catch a knuckleball. So I don't know if I'm going to make it this year or not, and if I do, if I'm going to get to pitch, but I don't want to go there and sit on the bench for 9 innings. I'd rather be fishing back in Georgia for 3 or watching on television if I'm not going to get the pitch.
All right, Phil, appreciate you taking the time to visit with us, and good luck the rest of the year.
Okay, thank you, Eric.
Phil Niekro, our guest. Now again, here's Mark Holt.
And for joining us, Phil Niekro will receive a Samsung leather grain pad holder with a solar pocket calculator, courtesy of Jim Miller and the employees of Miller Business Systems. Miller Business Systems can serve all of your office supply and furniture needs through one of their 3 divisions: Arlington Office Supply, Business Interiors, or E.L. White Office Supply. That's the Ranger warm-up show. Stay tuned now for Game 2 of the 3-game set. The Yankees against the Rangers coming next right here on the Texas Rangers Baseball Network.
It's Rangers warm-up time on the flagship station of the Texas Rangers, WBAP 820. Brought to you by the people who bring you delicious Coca-Cola. With big refreshment, Coke is it. And by your Tarrant and Johnson County Chevrolet dealers. Over the past 20 years, no one has sold more cars and trucks than Chevrolet. There must be a reason. You'll find that reason at your Tarrant and Johnson County Chevrolet dealers.
Happy July 4th from Arlington Stadium. The Rangers against the New York Yankees, and a huge crowd coming into Arlington Stadium. The final game between the Rangers and the Yankees this year in this ballpark. The first two games of the series have been split. The Rangers winning the first night by a score of 7-6, and last night the Yankees won 5-4. This will be the 9th meeting between these two clubs, and 5 of the previous 8 games decided by only 1 run. Mark Holtz with Eric Nadel and Jim Birdsong tonight. It's 96 degrees here at game time, and as we mentioned, a big crowd lined up trying to get into this stadium, as it will be Phil Niekro with a 10-4 record, the talk of the American League for the Yankees tonight, against Dave Stewart coming in at 4-8 for the Rangers. The Rangers are 10 games under 500. They start 7.5 behind California in the American League West, and the Yankees at 34-43, starting the night 20 behind Detroit in the American League East. One of the big stories of the year, the retirement of Lou Piniella, who is now a coach for New York. And Lou Piniella will be our guest when the warm-up show continues in just a minute.
It's the most refreshing way to make the most of every day. And wherever you go, and whatever you do, there's something big waiting for me and you. Go get it. The biggest taste you've ever found. Go get it. The one that never lets you down. Go get it. The most refreshing taste around. The smile you can't hide. 'Cause it's good from inside. Like the time that you spend with that one special friend. It's the way that you feel when you know it's real. Go get it. The biggest taste you've ever found. Go get it. The one that never lets you down. Go get it. The most refreshing taste around. Go get it. Go get it.
Eric Nadel back at Arlington Stadium with Lou Piniella, who retired just a couple of weeks ago to become exclusively a coach for the Yankees. After a long time in the pinstripes, Lou came to the Yankees in 73. Not that many people remember, Lou, that in 69, as the Rookie of the Year in the American League, you played for Kansas City. People tend to think of you as a Yankee.
Well, that's true. I guess most of the successes that I've had in baseball have been with the New York Yankees. And when they watch you play on national TV, playing playoff games and World Series games and so forth, they tend to forget the first 5 years I spent in this league with Kansas City. But truthfully, the last 10.5 years that I've spent with this ball club have been the years I'm going to remember the most, too, when I retire or when I'm out of uniform, because what's fun is when you win ball games, and we've had success here in New York in the years that I've been here.
I guess the obvious question is, why retire now? You didn't hit badly at all last year, up in the 290s, up over 300 again this season.
Well, for a number of reasons, but primarily the biggest is that I've had a tear in my rotator cuff stretching back from late last summer, and it gave me quite a few problems this spring. And this year, even though I was hitting the ball well, I wasn't driving the ball the way I've been accustomed to, and my shoulder really wasn't getting any better. At times, I couldn't take batting practice for stretches of 3 or 4 days at a time, and I wasn't available to pinch hit for our manager, especially if I played the night before. So I was just occupying some roster space. We needed to take a look at some people, and because of the shoulder and because of that other reason, I just stepped aside, and I was already the batting instructor, so I just became a full-time coach, and I haven't missed it at all, truthfully. I've been rehabilitating my shoulder now with our trainer, and I'm on about a 60-day plan, and hopefully I'll be able to get the darn thing strong enough so I can enjoy a round of golf from time to time.
We're visiting with Lou Piniella. We'll be back with Lou in just 1 minute.
Harry, I feel like slipping into something comfortable.
Helen, here on the freeway?
What better place?
Helen!
Harry, I've fallen in love with a celebrity.
Oh, I should have known.
Celebrity is a car, Harry. Chevrolet's comfortable car with a comfortable price.
You mean celebrity's not tall, dark, and handsome?
Oh, it's very handsome. But the best thing about celebrity is its comfort. Roomy enough for 5 full-size people, like you, Harry.
Very funny, Helen. How much does all this comfort cost?
I told you, Celebrity's a comfortable car with a comfortable price. We can stretch out in one for just $7,711.
That is comfortable.
Price based on manufacturer's suggested retail price, including dealer preparation, tax, destination charges, and optional equipment additional. See your local Tarrant and Johnson County Chevrolet dealers now. Jack Williams, Hudeberg, Century, or Bruce Lauer Chevrolet in Fort Worth, Vandegrift Chevrolet in Arlington, and Bob Cosby Chevrolet in Burleson.
Don Harris and the U.S. One Trucking Show overnight
Back at Arlington Stadium with Lou Piniella, now exclusively the Yankees batting coach. And Lou, you mentioned that you had been the batting coach already, and for years you had been one to help young players with their hitting, sometimes old players with their hitting. And you'd see you out in the outfield sometimes working on your stroke, just kind of practicing out there. A student of hitting, I guess, is a phrase that's used for a lot of people, but for you it seems to be appropriate and a phrase that has been appropriate for a long, long time.
Well, thank you. I've always enjoyed watching hitters hit. I've always enjoyed tinkering around with a batting swing, trying to improve it, trying to find out why things work and why things don't work. And I've had a chance to talk to quite a few of the batting coaches around this league, seeing how they feel and what they think about hitting. And it's something that it's not work to me. It's enjoyable, and any veteran player that applies himself and learns what he's doing invariably can become a fairly good instructor. And I've been around quite a bit, and I've learned a lot. I've watched a lot of different people, and I've got some definite ideas on what it takes to be a good hitter and certain mechanics that you have to have at home plate. Even though everybody's different, invariably things happen pretty similar at home plate when you hit the ball correctly.
When you came into the league in 1969, there weren't batting coaches on each team. Who were the people who helped you?
Well, I've been very fortunate in that respect. In AAA, I had a manager that really took interest in me and showed me the importance of using the whole field to hit. I was strictly a pull hitter, Johnny Lippon. And then in Kansas City, I first started working with Charlie Lau. And Charlie Lau is by far the most prominent of your hitting instructors. He helped me immensely, started making me a thinking hitter and learning myself and my capabilities. And then he followed us over to New York, believe it or not, and I had an opportunity to work with him there a few more years. And Charlie's probably had the most profound influence on my hitting style and a lot of the theories that I adhere to.
That's Lou Piniella, the Yankees hitting coach, our guest on the warm-up show tonight. And now again, here's Mark Holt.
And for joining us, Lou Piniella will receive a handsomely crafted handle portfolio with matching indigo blue pad, cover, and binder from the classic collection by Samsil, courtesy of Jim Miller and the employees of Miller Business Systems. Miller Business Systems can serve all of your office supply and furniture needs through one of their three divisions: Arlington Office Supply, Business Interiors, or E.L. White Office Supply. That's the Ranger Warm-Up Show. Stay tuned for the Rangers and Yankees coming next, right here on the Rangers Radio Network.
Rangers Warm-Up has been brought to you on WBAP 820 by your Coca-Cola bottler. For the most refreshing taste around, Coke is it. And by your Tarrant and Johnson County Chevrolet dealers. Over the past 20 years, no one has sold more cars and trucks than Chevrolet. There must be a reason. You'll find that reason at your Tarrant and Johnson County Chevrolet dealers.
I've never seen so many people waiting for cabs at this hotel, folks. Wonder where they all are.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have a minute of your time? Can any of you name a copier manufacturer that's bigger than Ricoh?
Ricoh?
Yes, R-I-C-O-H.
Why, Xerox.
Wrong, Brother Benedict. Ricoh's bigger than Xerox. Maybe these three identical-looking gentlemen have an answer.
IBM?
Wrong. Ricoh's bigger. And we got to be bigger than Xerox and IBM by making precision-engineered copiers like this Ricoh 4060 compact copier. The Ricoh 4060 is the first copier this small with so many features, like 3 levels of reduction and enlargement.
We're impressed.
I'm beginning to see the light. If you've been overlooking Ricoh and the Ricoh 4060, call us.
For a free demonstration or more information, call Advanced Image Systems today. In Dallas, call 214-960-8400. In Fort Worth, call 817-595-1313. On your next trip to Arlington Stadium, why don't you stop and see the good folks at Grouse Chevrolet in Grand Prairie? Grouse has a whole separate facility for trucks of all kinds. Small S10 pickups to medium-duty trucks to one-ton dualies, crew cabs, and heavy-duty dump trucks. And they've got them all in stock, ready for delivery. You can't find a better selection. They're one of the largest volume dealers in the Metroplex. Grouse Chevrolet, good people doing great business in Grand Prairie.
More price cuts at 4-Day Tire stores. Many popular sizes of Michelin radials now 16 to 25% below 4-Day's usual cut prices. Example, pay $37.59 for Michelin P175/75 13. It fits most Toyota Corollas, Nissan Stanzas, Datsun 510s and 610s, and many Chrysler K cars. Buy Michelin's and other fine tires for less at 4-Day Tire stores. The Price Cutters open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 8:30 to 8, Saturday to 5, closed Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Now 5 locations in the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area to serve your tire needs. Remember Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires. Texas Rangers baseball is on the air on your 50,000-watt Major League Sports station, WBAP 820, and is brought to you by Chevrolet. America is on the move, and Chevrolet is supplying the wheels. Chevrolet and you, taking charge. By Texaco, makers of new Texaco Super Unleaded Gasoline with superstar power. By Budweiser, the king of beers. Reach for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. And by Delta Airlines, the official airline of the Texas Rangers.
And the Yankees on the 4th of July at Arlington Stadium. Hello again, everyone. Hope you're safe on the 4th. Mark Holtz along with Eric Nadel and Jim Birdsong. Tonight, Phil Niekro against Dave Stewart before a big crowd. We owe you a station identification. We're back in 10 seconds on the Rangers Radio Network.
Ranger Baseball on WBAP 820, Fort Worth, Dallas. Brought to you by 4-Day Tire, the Price Cutters on top brand radios, and Kodak Film, because time goes by.
New York broke a 4-game losing streak last night by beating the Rangers 5-4 behind Marty Bystrom and Dave Righetti. The Rangers won the first game of this series 7-6, another one-run game. So the Rangers playing the rubber game of this series tonight. Dave Stewart at 4-8 with a .517 earned run average on the mound for Texas. And, of course, Stewart trying to recover from a home run binge by the Cleveland Indians. He gave up 4 home runs in his last outing on Friday. Phil Niekro has been the story of the American League and the Yankees so far. He's won 10 and lost 4, and at age 45 is facing for the Rangers for the first time in a regular season game. Rangers have seen him a bit with Atlanta in spring training. A 1.96 ERA for Niekro. That is second best in the American League. And he needs only 2 strikeouts to reach the magic plateau tonight of 3,000 for a career. So it's a big night as far as that is concerned, and a big night for the Rangers, who are playing Game 3 of an 11-game homestand. They want to win this series and get on with the Detroit Tigers, who come in for a big 4 games starting tomorrow night. It's a great night for baseball, 96 degrees. This will be the largest crowd of the year. They are lined up all over Arlington Stadium to get in. We'll be back with a look at the starting lineups and have the play-by-play for you in 90 seconds.
Rolling down the highway or driving through the woods. When I'm in my Chevrolet, I'm really feeling good.
Move out in an S10 pickup. The short wheelbase 2-wheel drive S10 pickup has a tough to beat price starting at only $5,990. And this isn't some stripped down little turkey. It's a tough Chevy S10 with double wall construction, lots of zinc protected steel, and all season radial tires.
There's not a better feeling among the USA than rolling down the highway in my Chevrolet. That's my Chevy.
The S10 price of $5,990 is based on manufacturer's suggested retail price, including dealer prep. Tax, license, destination charges, and available equipment additional.
From Anheuser-Busch, here's L.A. Great taste and half the alcohol of our regular beer.
Made it better, rearranged it in the way you think and what you drink and everything you do.
The label on this new LA beer says it's got all the taste and drinkability of a fine Pilsner. But you gotta ask, with only half the alcohol of our regular beers, does it deliver? I'll say, LA. From Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Playing of our national anthem, some Air Force jets zooming over the stadium in formation as we start this game tonight. Let's take a look at Yogi Berra's New York Yankee lineup. Willie Randolph will lead off. Randolph at second base. Butch Weiniger batting second. Weiniger will catch. Don Mattingly is batting third. Mattingly at first base. Don Baylor hitting cleanup. Baylor the designated hitter. Dave Winfield is hitting fifth. Winfield in right. Steve Kemp batting sixth. Kemp in left field. Ken Griffey is batting seventh. Griffey in center. Bobby Meacham hitting eighth. Meacham at shortstop. Tim Foley batting ninth. Foley playing at third base. The Yankees, of course, have had their problems at third base, and today they have put Toby Harrah on the disabled list. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Smalley has had a bad back, and Foley again at third for the third straight time in the series. Phil Niekro at 10-4 on the mound for New York. So the Yogi lineup tonight: Randolph, Weiniger, Mattingly, Baylor, Winfield, Kemp, Griffey, Meacham, and Foley. For the Red Rooster and the Rangers, it's Curtis Wilkerson at shortstop leading off. Mickey Rivers batting second. Rivers will be the DH. Buddy Bell batting third. Bell at third base. Larry Parrish batting cleanup. Parrish in right. Pete O'Brien hitting fifth. O.B. at first base. Gary Ward is hitting sixth. Ward in left field. Billy Sample batting seventh. Sample in center. Donnie Scott hitting eighth. Scott will catch. And Wayne Tolleson batting ninth. Tolley at second base. Dave Stewart 4-8 with a .517 earned run average on the mound. So the Rangers have Wilkerson, Rivers, Bell, Parrish, O'Brien, Ward, Sample, Scott, Tolleson. This is the ninth game between these two clubs this year. The Rangers have won 5 and lost 3, and 5 of the 8 have been decided by 1 run. So they have been squeaky all the way along with the Yankees this year.
And we have a number of games already completed in the American League. Boston beat Oakland 13-9 in 10 innings. Jim Rice hit a grand slam home run in the 10th inning to win it. It was a slugfest with home runs by Evans, Armas, Easler, and for Oakland, Billy Allman and Dave Kingman. Kingman with his 23rd to lead the big leagues. Crawford the winner, Hy Mueller the loser. 13-9 Boston over Oakland.
Ready to go as Willie Randolph steps in. This is going to be the biggest crowd of the year. They're still trying to fight their way in. Randolph batting at .295 with 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Dave Stewart winds, and the first pitch of the game is swung on and missed on a fastball, 0-1. Dave Stewart was flat out bombed in his last outing, 4 2/3 innings, 7 runs on 8 hits. He gave up 4 home runs, including 3 in a row, to Andre Thornton, Mel Hall, and Jerry Willard. But Stewart has had some good outings, and this is a big moment for him to try to get it back. Here's a pitch inside and low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Don Denkinger is the home plate umpire on the 4th of July. Al Clark at first, Mike Riley at second, and Rich Garcia over at third. Here's the wind by Stewart. The 1-1 pitch is fouled out of play to the right side. Count goes to 1-2. But imagine confidence-wise, although Stewart said it doesn't bother him, a nice-looking 1-2-3 first inning would be what the doctor orders here.
Well, one thing Stewart will try to do tonight is use the inside part of the plate more, but he's been so wild lately, he just hasn't really been sure where the ball is going to go.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Randolph. He pops him up down the right field line. Coming hard is the right fielder Parrish into foul ground, and he reaches out and he makes the catch. A scoop catch by Larry Parrish about 5 feet into foul ground on a pop fly down the right field line. Randolph is out, 1 away. That brings up Butch Weiniger, the catcher. Butch hitting .272. 4 home runs, 28 runs batted in. He'll be followed by Mattingly here in the first. Dave Stewart is 0-1 against the Yankees. He lost in New York early in the year, April 20th, going 5 innings, 4 runs on 7 hits. For the year, 4-8 with 102 2/3 innings, 104 hits. He struck out 54 and walked 50. 17th start, 1 complete game. Pitch to the left-handed hitting Weiniger is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Stewart has given up 18 home runs to his first 103 innings. The pitch is swung out and missed at the plate. Count is 0-2. A lot of left-handed hitters for the Yankees tonight. Rangers playing in the infield around to the right side, and the outfield shaded toward left. The fastball is lined to right field, a base hit. Parrish over toward the line to pick it up. And Butch Weiniger is on with a 1-out single. That brings up Mattingly, who has 99 hits for the year. That is second in the American League. He is second with a batting average of .341. He has 12 home runs, 50 runs batted in. Mattingly against the Rangers in 1984, 13 hits in 29 at-bats. Rangers go to double play depth, 1 out, 1 on. Don Baylor moves into the on-deck circle. There's the stretch by Stu. Look at first base. The pitch to the left-handed batter is a strike. Corner, and it's 0-1. Bell again off the bag at third by about 18, 20 feet. Wilkerson toward second. O'Brien holding at first. The outfield defense shaded the opposite way toward left. 0-1. Stewart at the belt. The pitch is high on a breaking ball, and it goes 1-1.
He has thrown 2 breaking balls in a row to Mattingly, and whenever possible in this series, the Rangers have avoided throwing fastballs to this man.
Second year and a good hitter. Short lead by Weiniger at first. Stewart at the belt. A long look. And now time is called as Mattingly steps out at the plate. Mattingly, as we've talked, with that big power, it's about the same story as Pete O'Brien. He's only 23 years old. Last year had 4 home runs in 91 games. He's got 12 already. Ball 1, strike 1. Mattingly on a ball that gets by at the plate, takes ball inside, and the ball shoots off Scott's glove toward the fans who lean over and dig it out of the dirt area near the Yankee dugout. That ball shot off Scott's glove, went to his left toward the Yankee dugout. It is ball 2. Ball way inside. We'll see how they score that one. It will be a wild pitch. So Weiniger goes to second base. Mattingly getting his hands out of the way of the ball. That one almost hit his bat. Ball 2, strike 1. Runner at second with 1 out. Stewart at the belt. The pitch is a fastball that's popped foul out of play down the third base side. Count even at ball 2, strike 2. Oh, the bleachers really packing up tonight. A lot of folks here early watching batting practice. Some big ticket lines on the 4th. Big fireworks show to follow this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mattingly. He is 4th in the league in total bases with 156. Shoots 1 foul behind the plate. The count remains even at 2-2. He and Winfield just having tremendous years. Winfield coming into this game still leading the league at 374, and Mattingly running second. But the Yankees coming in at 9 games under 500. Ball 2, strike 2. The look at second. The pitch to Mattingly, a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball, and Mattingly becomes the second out of the first. That brings up Don Baylor. Baylor, a big hit last night's game, a 2-run home run in the 7th off Odell Jones. He is 6th in the league with home runs at 17. He's driven home 44 runs. And the DH from the right side steps in hitting .264. So 2 out, 1 on in the first. Stewart throws, ball low, 1-0. Winfield on deck. A ball and no strikes to the man from Austin, Donnie Scott. Going to change baseballs as he gets it from Stewart. Baylor wanted, I think, the home plate umpire to take a look at that ball. Don Denkinger again behind the plate. This is George Steinbrenner's birthday, by the way, on the 4th. I do not believe he's in the area, is he?
No, supposedly he's in Cleveland, we are told.
A 1-0 pitch. That bounces in. Scott knocks it down. No advancement by Weiniger. Clyde King is here, though, the general manager. What a great baseball man he is. Nice guy. Ball 2, no strikes. For the Rangers, it's Ward in left, Sample in center, Parrish in right. Dell and O'Brien at third and first. Wilkerson and Tolleson at short and second. It's 2-0 to Baylor. Have to be careful with a count like this on a big hitter. Stewart, belt high, checking Weiniger, and the pitch to Baylor is a fastball strike called. It's 2-1. Rangers against the Yankees this year have outscored them 35-30. So there have been close games throughout. Stewart ready, checking second. The 2-1 to Baylor is bounced to short. Charging is Wilkerson, gets a low hop and picks it up and throws, and he's out at first base. No runs on a single by Weiniger. No errors and one left. That a big inning for Dave Stewart. We go to the bottom of the first, no score.
Need AM ammunition? Read the Dallas Morning News. Want your daily dose of Dallas? Read the Dallas Morning News. Looking for razor-sharp sports, battle tactic business, highfalutin fashion? Read the Dallas Morning News. Because for sports, business, fashion, and more, the Dallas Morning News delivers. For news you can use, look to the leader. Nobody beats the Dallas Morning News in the morning.
Hungry for fresh-tasting, custom-made pizza delivered hot to your doorstep in 30 minutes or less? Then call Domino's Pizza right now. We deliver free, and we deliver a mouth-watering pizza that's made with the freshest ingredients and oven-baked to a golden brown perfection. So don't wait. Call Domino's Pizza and have your favorite pizza delivered hot to your doorstep free.
Domino's Pizza delivered. Domino's Pizza delivered.
Seiko's done it. Created a line of sport tech watches that are even smarter than a lot of humans. And Zales has them all. There's the Educated Master Planner model, for instance, with 2 alarms that can be programmed to sound off for important meetings, airline departures, phone calls, deadlines, and wake-up times. And Zales has many more equally brilliant styles, each with Seiko's precision quartz timing. Seiko, setting the standard for the world, for the future. Now at Zales, your authorized Seiko dealer.
No score. We go to the bottom of the first at Arlington Stadium. Baltimore beat Minnesota today 6-4. Dennis Martinez and Tippy Martinez combining on the win. Al Williams the loser. It was Kansas City 4 and Cleveland nothing. A combined 6-hitter for Saberhagen and Quisenberry. Steve Comer took the loss. And Milwaukee beat Seattle 4-2. Moose Haas a 7-hitter and Ed Vanderberg all the way the loser. Ken Phelps his 11th home run for Seattle. Tigers and Chicago are scoreless. Bottom of the 6th in Chicago. Wilcox against Dotson. And Toronto leading California 4-2 after 4 in Toronto. Dave Steve against Ron Romanek. In the National League, St. Louis swept San Francisco 4-3 and 5-1. Horton the winner and Suter a save in the first game, and Mark Davis the loser. In the second game, Kepshire the winner and Lottie the save. Robinson took the loss for the Giants. So there goes the Giants' 6-game winning streak. They were swept by the Cardinals.
Well, the Rangers have been throwing knuckleballer Charlie Huff at the rest of the American League. Now they get to see one. Just a few folks have seen him in spring training. The teams, when he was with Atlanta, trained close to each other, and they saw him with the Braves on 1 or 2 occasions. Niekro is 10-4, second best earned run average in the American League at 196. He's 45 years old, the first time he's faced the Rangers in the regular season. And the first pitch is a knuckleball strike, 0-1. To Curtis Wilkerson, batting at .257. Wilk with no home runs, 17 runs batted in. In at third is Tim Foley. The pitch to Wilk is a check swing strike, and it's 0-2. One of the theories on the knuckleball is to take some pitches, look for a fastball, but take some pitches and make them throw the knuckleball over. Here's the 0-2 pitch, high for a ball, 1-2. Kemp, Griffey, and Winfield tonight for the Yankees, left, center, and right. Foley, Meacham, Randolph, Mattingly, third to first. Niekro and Weiniger, the battery. Needs 2 strikeouts for 3,000. Here's the 1-2 knuckleball, and that's outside, ball 2. If and when he accomplishes that, he will become the 9th player in Major League history to hit the 3,000 mark in strikeouts. Phil Niekro, his first year with the Yankees. A swing and a pop-up foul, chasing Weiniger into the Yankee dugout. He has it and drops it. Tried to scoop catch it on the run, hit in his glove and bounced down. Of course, he's trying to catch that pop-up with that huge knuckleball catcher's glove, and that certainly doesn't help you too much on pop-ups. They're going to give him no play on the ball. He had a long run, and he was nearing the dugout, and really the photographer's well toward the home plate side of that Yankee dugout. Ball 2, strike 2. Niekro for 25 years in the Atlanta Braves organization. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and a swing and another pop. This one back and into the seats. He has a career record of 278 wins, 234 losses. He is the oldest active player ever to wear a Yankee uniform. This is his 612th career start. He has been in 756 baseball games. Woo-hoo. That in the major leagues. Ball 2, strike 2. Pitch to Wilk is swung on and popped up again. This one to shallow right center. Winfield a very late start, and coming on is the center fielder Ken Griffey, who makes the catch. I don't think Winfield picked up the ball, but Griffey got a good start from center and makes the catch on the high pop. So Wilkerson is out. One away. Here's Mickey Rivers. The quick man hitting .279 with a home run. 17 runs batted in. Niekro has had 320 win seasons, 69 with the Braves at 23-13. In 1974 at 20-13. And in 79, he had 41 decisions, 21 wins, and 20 losses. Pitch to Rivers, swung on and missed, 0-1. Niekro 124 innings this year, 122 hits. He's third in strikeouts at 86. Walks, he's put on 42. Swinging a foul ball off of Weiniger at the plate. 0-2 to Mickey Rivers with Bell due next. Niekro's given up only 3 home runs. He has 1 shutout, 3 complete games. This is 18th start of the season. 0-2. Rivers from the left side. And the pitch by Niekro's a knuckleball that is scooting foul. He just cued it off the end of the bat to the photographer as well. 0-2. Mickey had a real nice swing at that ball. He got halfway, hung up, then started to swing again, and it just went off the end of his bat.
Well, the Rangers have not faced a knuckleball pitcher in many years. Wilbur Wood is probably the last one that Texas has faced.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that is high for a ball. And he has a much different delivery than does Charlie Huff. He is kind of stiff-arming it to the plate. Ball 1, strike 2 the count. Foley giving up some room at third. He's 15 feet toward the shortstop side. Meacham back at short. The outfield is not very deep at all. The 1-2 to Rivers and a one-hopper back to the mound. Niekro has it on a backhand and throws him out. So there are 2 down, and here's Buddy Bell. Bell in a good groove, 12 for his last 25. Buddy hitting .303 with 5 home runs, 28 runs batted in. 2 out, bottom of the first. The wind tonight is 10 miles an hour out of the right field area. Well, has somebody got a hot dog stand going out there?
Some kind of fire has broken out south of the ballpark. All we can see is black smoke, and we hear some sirens.
Here's Bell. The windup by Niekro, and a fastball is inside ball 1. Up and in. Ball 1, no strikes. Outfield shaded to left. Niekro lines, and the pitch to Bell is swung out on a deep drive down the left field line. It's hooking back, and it will be a foul ball back into the bleachers. Oh, Buddy Bell hit that ball halfway up in the bleachers, but about 10 to 15 feet foul. It is ball 1, strike 1. That pitch in the letter area to Buddy Bell.
That was a knuckleball that hung.
Like to see another one of those. Bell with 5 home runs this year, 28 runs batted in. The windup by Niekro, the pitch to Bell is low for a ball. Buddy last night doubled off the left field wall in the 6th, getting his 28th RBI. He was 1 for 4. 2-1 pitch is a strike on the inside corner call, 2-2, and that was a fastball. Parrish on deck. Wilkerson has popped out. Rivers has one hop to mound. It's a 2-2 count on Buddy Bell in a scoreless game in the first inning.
No, Niekro has a pretty good slider, too.
Here's the pitch. The 2-2 is inside for ball 3, 3-2.
Now, Doug Rader said when he was hitting against Niekro, the biggest problem was you weren't sure of getting the knuckleball, but that was a long time ago. He actually throws a higher percentage of knuckleballs now than he used to.
Ball 3, strike 2. Here's the windup. The pitch to Bell is fouled back to the seats. The Rangers have lost 4 out of their last 7 and 8 of 12 coming in here. They are, with a loss last night, 5 under at home. 17 wins, 22 losses. We mentioned this homestand will go for quite a while. They have the Tigers next, and then the Indians. Here's the 3-2. Bell bounces it down the third baseline foul. Foley makes the backhand, but he'll have to return it. And we stay with a full count on Buddy Bell. Tigers will be here tomorrow night, through Sunday night at 7:35. Then the All-Star break, then the Indians next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So win tonight. Put the Rangers over the 500 mark here on the early part of the stand. Here's the 3-2. Bell takes inside, ball 4. Niekro thought he had him struck out. He's halfway to the foul line at third and flares in at Don Denkinger. So Bell on a 3-2 pitch finally gets a walk on an inside pitch, and LP will step up. Parrish, 7th in the league and runs batted in at 57, batting .285 with 12 home runs. Larry got the award before the ball game for the Player of the Month in June. So Parrish strolling up. Niekro will work from the stretch with 2 out and 1 on. That is Niekro's 43rd walk of the year in 124 and 2/3 innings. Outfield shaded to left and deep. They're extremely deep on the left side of the infield. Foley way back at third and meets him with the heels on the edge of the outfield grass. Mattingly holding at first. Parrish takes a strike, 0-1.
And in case the Rangers have any thoughts of running on Phil Niekro, he has an excellent pickoff move. He's close to the plate, and the Yankees have been very successful at throwing out base runners when he's been on the mound.
Pitch to Parrish is inside for a ball. Ball 1, strike 1.
He's also an excellent fielder. He's won 5 Gold Gloves, and he was a very good hitting pitcher over in the National League.
Doesn't get to do that here, but he did like his swipes. Ball 1, strike 1. The turn and a throw to first base. Back in time is Buddy Bell. Bell not wandering far. Temperature when we first got to the ballpark about 5 o'clock had read 100 on the board in right center. It's now dropped 5 degrees. Ball 1, strike 1. Pitch to Perry. Swung on. A deep drive to center field. Way back, Ken Griffey. Warning track. He's there and he makes the catch. A 395-foot fly ball off the bat of LP. Inning is over. No runs on no hits. No errors and 1 man left. After 1 in Arlington. The Rangers nothing and the Yankees nothing.
Don't forget to play It Tops from Coca-Cola. A cap or tab marked with Texas Rangers is good for 1 free Plaza ticket when you buy one any Sunday through Thursday at Arlington Stadium. Look for the It cap or tab on specially marked cans and bottles of Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, Tab, Mr. Pibb, Sunkist, Welch's Flavors, and Barks Root Beer. For more information, see the It Tops brochure where you buy Coca-Cola or call the Rangers ticket office at Metro 273-5100.
What good are cut prices on tires if they don't have your size? 4-Day Tire Stores have the biggest Michelin steel-belted radial selections in town, and now they've reduced many sizes 16 to 25% below their already cut prices. Listen to these examples. Pay $47.67 for Michelin P195 7514. It fits over 60% of American cars with 14-inch wheels, including Olds Cutlass and Buick Regal. Here's another. $37.59 is 4-Day's new cut price on Michelin P175 7513. It fits most Toyota Corollas, Nissan Stanzas, Datsun 510s and 610s, as well as Chrysler K cars. Compare prices. Take advantage of the big selections and savings that 4-Day offers on Michelin's and other fine radials. 4-Day Tire Stores, the Price Cutters, open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 8:30 to 8, Saturday to 5, closed Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Now 5 locations in the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area to serve your tire needs. Remember, Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Mark Holtz with Eric Nadel. We hope you're safe and enjoying the 4th of July wherever you may be across the Ranger Radio Network. Scoreless game into the second. That huge smoke that we were seeing out of the right field area behind the fence is now gone, so whatever was a fire has been put out. Dave Winfield steps in, tied for third in hits in the league at 98, and the pitch is low, ball 1. Leading the league by a big margin in batting average. He's at 374. He has 9 home runs, 42 runs batted in. He is now 10 for 21 against the Rangers this year. Stewart's 1-0 pitch, and Winfield around late fouls it at the plate. It's ball 1, strike 1.
Mike Mason is throwing in the Ranger bullpen. He was late arriving to the ballpark today. He's just getting his work in. His wife, Terry, had a baby boy today.
Oh, so congratulations.
A little late. And it is not true that they named him Buford. Doug Rader tried that one again, and we just didn't buy it.
Ball 1, strike 1 to Winfield. The line by Stewart, the pitch, a breaking ball inside on the letters, ball 2, 2-1.
Maybe they named him Terry.
Terry Mason. Where was that? That was in Oakland. Remember the guy who told us that? Here's the 2-1 pitch. Winfield fouls it to the right side out of play. And it'll be ball 2, strike 2. It was a Spanish broadcaster of the Oakland A's that thought that was hysterical. I didn't think it was funny then, and I don't think it's funny now. I think it's totally ridiculous.
This guy came up to us and said he should be named Perry.
And then he laughed for 5 minutes. I'm going, Eric, we do have senses of humor. Have we missed something here? We probably did. Ball 2, strike 2. We've missed a lot in our time. Outfield around to the left side. Winfield peering out at Stewart. Here's the line, and the 2-2 pitch. And it's inside and low for a ball, 3-2. Stewart gave up a single to right field to Butch Weiniger. Weil pitched into second in the first with 1 out, but struck out Mattingly and bounced Baylor to short. Ball 3, strike 2. This guy a tough hitter with this kind of a count. On the way to the right-handed hitter, and the pitch is inside ball 4. He meant to throw the bat away, and he barely missed clipping Don Denkinger. He meant to throw the bat toward the left side. It carried up in his hand and just went over Denkinger's head. Winfield uses a lot of pine tar because his bat has been flying out of his hand so often. That time, he had to pry it loose that he almost put it on Denkinger's head. Ball 4, and Winfield is at first.
That man is dangerous.
He really
when he gets a walk.
Here's Steve Kemp. Denkinger says, look, I'd like to recall that pitch. Kemp at 301 with 5 homers and 26 runs batted in. Started in the first game of the series. Stretched by Stewart. The look at Winfield. Throw over there. He is back in safely. Going back in with kind of a semi-slide. He put his right foot on the base. He went down to his left knee. That is one of the strangest returns to first we've seen. Kemp had a home run to right center in the second inning off Darwin Monday night. Stewart again throwing to first. This time he jumps back on standing up. So Winfield at first with nobody out in the second inning. And former Tiger and Chicago White Sox Steve Kemp waiting at the plate. Look at first base. Stewart again throws 3 in a row. This one gets by, hits the umpire, goes into the dugout. Now it hits the front of the dugout. It's still in play. Winfield headed for third. O'Brien's throw to Bell is late. It looked like it was going to roll in the dugout. It hit the little lip on the edge, bounced away from O'Brien, and Dave Winfield has gone all the way over to third. The throw got by, then it hit the first base umpire in the foot, went toward the dugout. Al Clark. O'Brien was chasing, and he will make third base if that ball stayed in play. That'll be an error on the attempted pickoff by Dave Stewart.
Oh, when Stewart throws over to first, he really fires the ball over. The problem is if the ball is the slightest bit offline, there's no way O'Brien can react in time to get it.
Rangers did not get a good bounce on that ball either, as it stayed in play. So Kemp up where a sacrifice fly can put the Yankees in front. He finally comes home, and the pitch is inside, ball 1. Well, at least he doesn't have to worry about keeping him close at first base. Ball 1, no strikes. That error for the Rangers, their 64th of the year. Kemp takes a fastball strike at the knees. The Yankees have had 80 errors this year, so they have been a bit more lenient than the Rangers in giving them up. Ball 1 and strike 1. Winfield at third. There's nobody out. We're in the second. At the moment, no score. Kemp swings a little soft liner over the mound. Winfield holds at third as Wilkerson plays the ball in front of second and throws out Kemp. A little humpback line drive that Winfield had a hang at third. The ball was still on the grass in the infield. Stewart jumped up, couldn't catch it. It immediately came down to the backside of the mound, and Wilkerson in front of second plated threw out Steve Kemp. 1 away. Here's Ken Griffey. Griffey hitting .260 with no home runs and 20 runs batted in. Griffey in center field tonight. So Winfield still at third. Stewart out of the stretch. The pitch is low, ball 1. Outfield playing the opposite way for the left-handed hitter, around to the left side. Wilkerson up the middle here. Collison over in the hole at second base. The pitch from Stewart. Griffey swings on a line drive to center. Sample is there. He has the catch, but it's an easy tag and score for Winfield. Sacrifice line drive to center field off the bat of Ken Griffey. That is his 21st run batted in. Hit it hard, straight away. 2 out in the inning, 1-0 New York, and the error leading directly to the Winfield run, and so did the walk. And that's what has hurt Dave Stewart, home runs and walks. The first outing against the Yankees, he walked 4 men in the first inning and wound up losing that game. Here's Meacham with 2 out, batting 193. The shortstop from the left side, no home runs, 1 run batted in. Bell plays in at third. Dave Stewart winds. Right-hander throws a curveball inside and low, ball 1. Yankees have been shut out 11 times this year, the most in the American League. Not tonight. They have an early 1-0 lead in the second. Stewart's 1-0 pitch, fastball fouled back to the seats. Not much room in between seats tonight. We have a full house, it appears, at Arlington Stadium. Ball 1 and strike 1. Outfield folks all here early tonight. Stewart pitching to Meacham at ball 1, strike 1. Low for ball 2, 2-1. By the way, we were discussing retired numbers of the Yankees last night. Not in the book that Roger Maris's number going to be retired, and it is this year. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a bouncer on the first base side that will go foul. So the good Yankee folks who heard it said that, don't forget that Maris will be having his uniform retired on the 21st. Ball 2, strike 2 with 2 out and a run home. Foley on deck. Stewart hoping he'll see him in the third. Long look in by Dave, working from the windup, and the 2-2 pitch is foul back to the left side. It is still a ball 2, strike 2 count.
At Chicago, the White Sox have scored 6 runs in the 6th inning, and Richard Dobson has a 6-0 lead as he goes to the 7th against the Tigers. The Tigers, I guess you could say, in a slump.
I guess, for the first time. 2-2. Line drive to left. Coming on is Gary Ward. It'll short hop him. He knocks it down. It hits off his chest. A wide turn by Meacham at first. He'll go back. Ward keeping the ball in front of him. It was hit hard and sinking quickly into left. And Tim Foley bats with 2 out and 1 on. Foley batting 170. No home runs, 6 runs batted in. Again, Toby Harrah was put on the disabled list today. He had suffered a bone chip at the base of the second finger of his right hand. So the Yankees with some more disabled list. Foley shows bunt, takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Well, they keep that hospital full. They keep the ways to Columbus cleared, too. 0-1 to Foley. Meacham getting a pretty good lead at first base. The stretch by Stu. And the pitch with the runner going. A swing and a high pop-up into shallow right center field. Parrish coming on. Tolleson out. Tolley calling. Makes the catch. The inning is over. No runs on a hit. No errors. Making 1 run on 1 hit. 1 error. And 1 man left on. The error on Stewart's pickoff throw leading to a run. Griffey, the sacrifice fly to score him. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 New York.
Hi, Bob Hope for Texaco. Now, if you've ever wished for quieter, smoother sounding power, move up to something that can help give it to you. A new gasoline that can help knock out the knocks to give you better performance. It's new Texaco Super Unleaded with a stronger octane rating to help give you knock-free power. If that's not what you're getting now, move up to new Texaco Super Unleaded. It'll give you superstar power for more car power.
I teach my Olympic wrestlers 3 things: position, pressure, and concentration.
Budweiser, proud sponsor of the 1984 U.S. Olympic team, salutes America's Olympic coaches, the team behind the team.
I tell them to get position, you've got to set your stance and concentrate on your opponent's motion. You've got to pressure. Then, when you know the time is right, you attack. Because at this level, everyone knows his stuff. So to win, you got to get there first.
The Olympics take teamwork, and Budweiser is proud to be part of that team.
This one's for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through.
Believe me, by the time my guys reach L.A., they'll be ready.
This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, Houston, Texas.
Pete O'Brien leading off the Rangers' second inning, down 1-0. Be followed by Gary Ward and Billy Sample. They'll be 4 for his last 9. Niekro winds the knuckleball high, ball 1. O'Brien's 6th in batting average coming into the day at .312, 9 home runs, 46 runs batted in. 7 shy of his total last year of RBIs. There's a knuckler strike on the outside corner. A ball, 1 strike, 1 count to O'Brien. Outfield straight away. Niekro winds. The pitch is a strike call at the plate. Ball 1, strike 2. Rangers trouble against the East. They're 16 and 27. The Yankees likewise trouble against the West. They are 12 under against the West and 12 under on the road. O'Brien looping a foul ball back to the left side. Still a ball, 1 strike 2 count. Well, the Yankees playing so well in the Eastern Division, but they come into what supposedly is the East, the weaker division out of the East, and they've really had their problems. They're 3 over in their own division. Ball 1, strike 2. Niekro to O'Brien, and a bouncer off the plate. Cut by Foley to the left side. He throws the first, and out is Pete O'Brien. Meacham may not have been able to make that play. The ball was headed towards short. Foley got a good start cutting it off. O'Brien is thrown out 5-3. 1 down in the Rangers' second. Gary Ward steps in. He had a big night last night. His last 2 hits have been home runs. Ward hit a solo home run in the 5th inning and a 2-run home run in the 7th. So for the year, he has 8. With 26 runs batted in, the average still down at .226. Ward straightaway stance spread out at the plate. The line by Niekro, the pitch inside, ball 1. Rangers need a win tonight to even up July at 2-2. As you know, they came out of June with a .500 mark at 15 and 15. Pitch to Ward, knuckleball is in low. Ball 2, 2-0. Rangers 7 1/2 out as the Angels play tonight at Toronto. Niekro's 2-0 pitch. High ball 3, 3-0. Sample to hit in the number 7 spot on deck. And Scott 8th and Tallison 9th. An unearned run in the 2nd inning off Dave Stewart. And the Yanks up by 1. 3-0 pitch is bounced through to left field in the hole, a base hit. Oh, he was waiting for that pitch and lined it to the left of Tim Foley. It then took a hop on the skin part of the infield and shot through for a single. So Gary Ward has 3 straight hits. And the Rangers have their first of the night off Phil Niekro. That brings up Billy Sample hitting at .271, 3 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Sample from the right side with 1 out. Niekro working from the stretch for the 2nd time in this game and throws wide for a ball, 1-0. Niekro, one of the big winners in the league at 10 and 4. 3rd in strikeouts, 2nd in ERA. He does not have a strikeout tonight. We'll watch that closely for you. He needs 2 to reach 3,000. Sample swings on a high fly ball to left. Kemp coming in a hurry. Now he is there, and he makes the catch. On the pop fly, Sample is retired, 2 out. That brings Donnie Scott up. Scott hitting .256 with no home runs and 7 runs batted in. Niekro led the National League in home runs allowed in 1979. He gave up 41 home runs. He also hit 11 men in 79. That was a wild year for him. This year, as we mentioned, he has given up only 3. Pitch to Scott, knuckleball, floating high and inside, ball 1. 2 out, 1 on. Outfield shaded down the line and left with Kemp. There is a ball inside and low, ball 2, 2-0. Second baseman Willie Randolph over in the hole on the right side. Meacham towards second, and Scott swings a high fly ball down the right field line, falling in a hurry. Winfield on the run. He can't get it. Base hit. And over to third base goes Gary Ward. That ball went up in the air and started to die down the right field line. Winfield was playing a bit toward right center and on the run could not get there. He appeared that he might have had problems again picking up that ball, as he did in the first inning. And Donnie Scott gets a little pop single down the right field line. And there are Rangers at first and third with 2 out. That brings Tallison to the plate, a chance for an RBI. He's hitting .229. No home runs, 7 runs batted in. Foley checking with the Yankee dugout to make sure where they want everyone. Ward is at third as the tying run. Donnie Scott, the go-ahead run at first. The pitch to Talley is in low, ball one. So it is 1-0 to the number 9 hitter for the Rangers tonight. Both hits in this inning. Texas trying to get it tied. The outfield is shallow. Here's the stretch by Niekro. The look at first. The pitch is a knuckleball that's up and away for ball 2, 2-0. Niekro, of course, has a no-hitter to his credit against the Padres in '73. That's out the window tonight as the Rangers have the hard single to left and the pop fly down the right field line by Scott. Tolleson squibs one off the end of the bat. Foul by the on-deck circle. 2 balls and a strike. Wilkerson due next if Tolleson can keep it going. The RBIs have been tough for Talley this year. He has 3 of his 7 in one game. And he's had some chances with men on base, as he has right here with Ward the tying run at third. Tolleson swings a ground ball to second. Willie Randolph has it, throws to first base. Tolleson is out. The Ranger threat is over. No runs on 2 singles by Ward and Scott. There were no errors, and Texas stranding 2. We've completed 2 on the 4th. With the score, the Yankees 1, the Rangers nothing.
When you make a long-distance call, do you ever find yourself talking like this? A mile a minute? Because you know that time is money and you want to say everything you possibly can in the shortest possible time, but sometimes you forget to say everything you wanted to say because you're talking so fast, and sometimes the person on the other end doesn't even understand what you're saying. Well, you might be interested in knowing that if you wait until
5 p.m., when GTE's long-distance rates go down, you can slow down because you're spending 35 to 40% less for every minute you spend on the phone. But if you really want to take your time on a long-distance call, wait until 11 p.m. when GTE's rates go down 60%. These very low rates are also in effect on weekends until 5 p.m. Sunday. So you can talk very, very slow.
Or you can say twice as much, talking very, very fast.
You're riding in the sun all day. Refreshment seems a mile away. Now you're heading for home and your long day is through. There's something big waiting for you. For you. The biggest taste you've ever found. The one that never lets you down. The most refreshing taste around.
WBAPA 20 Fort Worth, Dallas.
1-0 New York. We go to the third. Willie Randolph leads off the inning. He hit a fly ball to Larry Parrish. Parrish made a nice catch in foul ground. And Stewart's first pitch is low and away, ball 1. 1 run on 1 hit. And a very big error on Stewart in the second. His pickoff throw got by in Winfield after a walk went over to third, scored on Griffey's line drive sacrifice fly to center. Pitch is evening up the count at a ball and a strike. Randolph away from the plate, deep in the batter's box. Willie looks at a breaking ball low, and it's ball 2, strike 1. Randolph is will be 30 years old on July the 6th, so he's almost there. Pitch is bounced by the mound up the middle for a base hit. So Randolph with a hit. That'll bring Butch Weiniger to the plate. Weiniger singled to right, went to second on a wild pitch, but then Stewart had a strikeout and a bounce out to end the inning. So Weiniger from the left side, as they have good-looking left-handed order tonight against the Rangers and the right-hander Dave Stewart. This is the final game at Arlington Stadium for the Yankees this year. 2 balls, a strike. Stewart at the belt. The look at first base. Rangers a double play. Up runner goes. The pitch is inside a ball. Scott's throw to second is to the shortstop side, and safe at second is Willie Randolph. They are now appealing to third base to see if the hitter got around Butch Weiniger. The pitch was low and inside. Apparently they have called it a strike. Weiniger is complaining. Scott, off a low inside pitch where he caught the ball, tried to get it as quickly as he could to Curtis Wilkerson. The throw was toward the third base side of second, and Wilkerson had to catch it over there, swing back with a tag, and he did not get it on Randolph in time. It is a strike at the plate. So Randolph at second with a steal. That is the 28th of the year for New York. Weiniger waits at the plate with a runner in scoring position. Stewart is ready. He's at the belt. A look at second. The pitch is swung out and lined hard to right field. Going back is Larry Parrish. He makes the catch. Randolph tagging at second. Parrish's throw to third will be caught by Curtis Wilkerson. So a deep fly ball to right by Weiniger, moving Randolph over to third, and up comes Don Mattingly. Well, the Rangers are finding some ways to move runners along tonight. An errant pickoff throw by Stewart after a walk leading to a run. Now a single and a stolen base. Don Mattingly pursuing his 100th hit of the year, due to step in with one out where a fly ball could make it a 2-0 game. Yankees have 3 hits, all singles off Stewart. Bell is in at third. Step or two, he's about even with the bag. Wilkerson is in a bit at short. The pitch is lined into right field and a base hit. Don Mattingly drives home the run. Nice easy swing, and he has his 51st run batted in as Mattingly continues to roll along. Hit the first pitch, and it's 2-0 New York.
Number 25, designated hitter
Don Baylor with a chance. Bounced to short in the first inning. So a run in the second, a run here in the third. 4 singles off Dave Stewart. Rangers at double play depth. Stu on the way to Baylor, and it hit a ball inside just above the wrist, it appeared, and he's on his way to first base. And now Winfield gets up with 2 men on.
Boy, Don Baylor continues to get hit by pitches more than anyone in the game, with the possible exception of Chet Lemon. It's the 9th time that Baylor has been hit by a pitch this year.
He doesn't even worry about it. He just throws the bat away and heads to first.
Now, last year he got hit 13 times, second only to Lemon. I was talking to Steve Busby about Baylor last night. He said, Don Baylor and I always had an understanding. He hit me, and I hit him.
He just doesn't move either.
He doesn't.
Says, look, I'm staying right here. Go ahead and hit me, but if you make a mistake, goodbye. Here's Winfield. He has 98 hits. Walked and scored in the second inning. So runners at first and second with 1 out. Stewart out of the stretch. The pitch is swung out and missed. He took a rip. 0-1. Dave Winfield looking for the seats on that pitch. He has hit 9 home runs this year. Interesting to hear Don Baylor last night talk about watching his fellow teammate Dave Winfield hit over the last month. Calling it an unbelievable groove. Here's the stretch in the 0-1, high on a fastball, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, Lou Piniella was talking about it today. He said he's never seen anyone generate the bat speed that Winfield does. And he says he needs that kind of bat speed because his swing is so long, but he manages to put it all together.
Well, you have to be careful here. Ball 1, strike 1, 2 on and 1 out, and Winfield up. The pitch is a breaking ball that is outside. Ball 2, 2-1. So a hit in each inning for the Yankees. And they try for a big inning with Kemp due up next. Talking about as streaky as they have been when they get hot, they do score a lot of runs. Outfield deep. Ward way back in left. Here's the stretch by Dave Stewart. Huge lead at second. And the pitch to Winfield is popped up off the fifth foul on the right side. It should go out of play as O'Brien is chasing its way back in. The count is even at 2-2. Yankees had a 4-game losing streak. Well, they just have not put things together at all. They were 10 games under. It was the first time in many years they'd been 10 under. Going into last night's game, July the 3rd. Ball 2, strike 2 the count. Maestrom looked pretty good. He should give them some help in the starting rotation. Won his first American League game last night. Pitch to Winfield, way high for ball 3. It is now 3-2. Winfield still hitting .374. So that was 33 points above the number 2 man in the league, his teammate Mattingly, who is now running at second and Baylor at first. Rangers need a double play ball immediately. Ball 3, strike 2. Stretch by Stu. The look back at second base. And the pitch to Dave Winfield is a fastball inside. Gets away at the plate. Over to third base goes Mattingly. Scott tracks it down before Mattingly can think about the plate. And the bases are loaded. So Stewart has hit a little wildness. Gave up the single to Mattingly. That scored Randolph. He hit Baylor. He has walked Winfield on 3-2. And look out as Steve Kemp comes up. Before he comes up, Dick Such going to the mound.
Well, we talked at the start of the game about how Dave Stewart wanted to use the inside part of the plate. But again, the problem is Dave Stewart has not thrown with enough control to really aim for any particular spot and hit it with any consistency. Going for the inside part of the plate here, he has hit Baylor and walked Winfield. And now he is in a big, big jam.
He had a good outing against the Angels when he went 8 1/3 innings at California on the 19th of June. He won that game. Then against the Angels here on the 25th, he went 5 innings, giving up 4 runs on 5 hits. In Cleveland, he had a nightmare, 4 2/3, giving up 7 earned runs on 8 hits and 4 home runs. The pitch to Steve Kemp is popped up on the left side. Buddy Bell goes to foul ground, halfway to the stand, still going. That ball carrying back, makes the catch with about 3 feet to spare in front of the box seats. So Kemp is fouled out, a huge out there, 2 gone. Here's Ken Griffey. Griffey with a run batted in and a line drive to center field at Billy Sample that scored Winfield in the second. The Rangers can get out of this inning down only 2-0. They will have done something, Eric.
Yeah, they sure will. And the way that Phil Niekro has pitched this year, you don't want to fall behind by more than 2 runs. He has had only 1 bad outing this year in 17 previous starts.
Through 2 innings, he's given up no runs on 2 singles. So the Rangers finding him difficult right out of the chute. Griffey, the hitter, the bases still loaded with Mattingly, Baylor, and Winfield aboard. The stretch by Dave Stewart. The look. The pitch is a strike right down the pipe. Looked like he was taking. It's 0-1. Ward plays him down the line and left. Sample a step over to left center. And again, Parrish for a left-handed hitter a long way from the foul line and right. Here's a breaking ball that is fouled on the first base side. And Stewart doing what he has to do right here, throw strikes. He's ahead at 0-2. Stewart has 1 strikeout. That was Mattingly in the first. But a hit batter and a walk, loading up the bases. Kemp a big out on the foul to Bell. Stewart set. Here's the stretch. A look back at second base. The pitch is fouled to the left side. Souvenir land, 0-2. Souvenir is tough tonight. You got to hold your ground. There are no open seats. 0-2. Griffey with his 21st run batted in the second inning. Pitch to him is hit off the plate on a ground ball to second. Charging is Thomason. Has an underhand flip to Pete O'Brien, and the inning is over. Little ground ball that Thomason had a charge. He gave an underhand scoop toss, and Stewart out of a major traffic jam. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors in the inning, and the Yankees leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 New York.
Here comes the hottest selling Chevrolet today. The fun-to-drive front-drive 84 Cavalier. This car's hot. Fire up 2 liters of electronically fuel-injected fun with more horsepower than the 3 leading imports. Take charge the moment you feel it perform. Get a hot Cavalier with a cool, low Chevrolet price. And you.
The Red Apple Restaurant and Lounge, located at the Roadway Inn, Arlington, features live entertainment at 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Happy hour with free hors d'oeuvres Monday through Friday, and has the best Sunday brunch in town. So come on in and join in the fun at Roadway Inn, Arlington, located at I-30 and 360.
Welcome to You Bet Your Buns, brought to you by Bryan Hot Dogs. Tonight's first question, what's the favorite hot dog of the Texas Rangers? Favorite? Bryan. Right. Now, who uses select cuts for a meaty taste? Meaty taste. Bryan. Good. Now, what's the only hot dog good enough to be the official hot dog of the Texas Rangers? Official hot dog? That's right. You only have 2 seconds. What is it? Bryan. Correct. Here's your prize, a Bryan hot dog. Meaty taste. Right again. Bryan, official hot dog of the Texas Rangers.
Go to the bottom of the third inning. Curtis Wilkerson up against the Necro Knuckler, and he takes outside ball one. Wilkers fly to center field. He's 0 for 1. He's followed by Rivers and Bell. Rangers trail 2-0. Foley in on the grass at third. Knuckleball is a strike. Hit the outside corner. Called by Denkinger. It's 1-1. Rangers got a walk to Buddy Bell in the first. Singles by Ward and Scott in the second. All have been left on base. Pitch is high for a ball. Rangers leaving 3 in the first 2 innings. 2 balls and a strike. Wilkerson in the leadoff spot. There's the line in the 2-1, and that's high ball 3-1. Cheerleader doing his thing for the Rangers tonight on the Yankee dugout down the third baseline. Ball 3, strike 1. See what Wilkerson does on this pitch. And he swings and misses. That ball in the letters for a swing and a miss. It's 3-2. Rangers have put some left-handed hitters like Mickey Rivers in tonight in the DH spot. Here's the 3-2, and the pitch is slapped to left field right at Steve Kemp. He starts in, goes back, reaches, makes the catch. That ball started to carry on him, and he made the catch one away. That'll bring up Rivers, who has bounced to the mound. Don't forget some big nights, helmet and bat night coming up at Arlington Stadium. Friday night, July 13th. Compliments of Home Sports Entertainment. It's batting helmet night for you youngsters. And the following night on the 14th, Saturday, Coca-Cola bat night. Give you a station identification. Just a moment. Wind up by Necro. The pitch to Rivers outside, ball 1. Outfield not very deep for Mickey. Necro does not take much time between pitches. Here's the 1-0 and a swing and a miss for a strike. Let's pause 10 seconds on the Rangers Radio Network.
From the cities to the farms, wake up and say good morning, Texas, with Dick Yaws. Monday through Saturday at 5 a.m. Only on WBAP 820, Fort Worth, Dallas.
Necro's knuckler is outside for ball 2 to Mickey, and it's 2-1. Foley even with a bag at third and about 10, 12 feet from third base. Another pitch high, ball 3. 3-1. He's been missing high tonight. Bell on deck, then Parrish if the Rangers can get it going in the third with 1 out. 3 balls a strike. Necro winds. The pitch to Rivers he was taking. He showed some bunt, but he didn't look too interested. It hit the corner for a strike. It's 3-2. Mickey batting .278. Here's the 3-2 pitch, a swing and a high pop-up on the right side. Willie Randolph calling for it and makes the catch in the skin part of the infield. There is the second out. Here's Buddy Bell, who walked in the first inning. We have some fine Air Force entertainment before the game. The 64th Flying Training Wing, located at Reese Air Force Base in Lubbock, Texas here. The 4-member color guard. Tonight, the 7th Bomb Wing at Carswell Air Force Base in Fort Worth. We're glad to have all the good Air Force people here on the 4th of July. Pitch inside, ball 1. And the flyover tonight was the 80 Flying Training Wing from Shepherd Air Base in Wichita Falls, Texas. Here's the 1-0 to Bell inside for ball 2, 2-0. So a big night for the Air Force. We thank them and hope they'll come back. 2-0 the count. Bell steps out. 45-year-old Phil Necro, who has yet to get a strikeout, and that was the big story of his night coming in. Knuckleball is fouled off. 2-1. And Phil needing 2 to reach 3,000 in his career. The others who have done it, Carlton, Ryan, Perry, Walter Johnson, Seaver, Jenkins, Gibson, and Sutton. Pretty nice list. Here's the 2-1. Bell taking inside and high ball 3, 3-1. Well, they are jammed into center field. Usually reserving that upper section in center for the hitter's backdrop. 3-1 to Buddy Bell as a floater inside. He got around on it. Couldn't hold up. The pitch may have hit the inside corner. Denkinger says a strike. It's 3-2. Bell, remember, walked on a pitch that Necro thought he had him struck out on in the first. Here's the line, and the 3-2 to Buddy. A swing and a foul ball up. Dropped third strike. Didn't foul it. Picked up by Weiniger. He throws to first base, and Bell is out. So Bell strikes out. An assist for Weiniger and a put out for Mattingly. The side is over, and there is strikeout number 1. 3 up and 3 down. We've completed 3 tonight. And the Yankees lead the Rangers 2-0.
This year, observe our country's anniversary with a color display of your own. Give your house a fresh coat of True Test paint. Specially priced during anniversary paint days at True Value Hardware stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to say Woodsman Solid Color Latex Stain for $9.98 a gallon provides rich color that won't hide the wood's natural texture. Or use Woodsman Semi-Transparent Oil Stain and Wood Preservative to let the wood grain show through. It's just $10.98 a gallon until July the 8th at participating True Value Hardware stores.
Danny, the baseball game was last week. No one cares anymore. But I was safe. You were out. My dad says he got a picture of it. You'll see.
Catch it all on Kodacolor VR400, one of Kodak's fastest color print films ever.
Okay, just a picture. Well, look, it's not who wins or loses. It's how you play the game. You were out.
Kodak, because time goes by.
Bring plenty of high-speed Kodacolor VR film to the Dallas Grand Prix and supporting races on July 6th, 7th, and 8th. Start with Kodak film and finish with Kodak paper.
Stop and Go, your good neighbor store, has just the thirst quencher for these hot Texas summer days. Get a deal on ice-cold Coke, caffeine-free Coke, Diet Coke, caffeine-free Diet Coke, Tab, and Sprite. 16-ounce non-returnable bottles, singles just 39 cents each. But hurry up, Ranger fans. This deal only lasts through July 15th. That's a 16-ounce bottle of Coke for only 39 cents right now at Stop and Go, your good neighbor store.
Morning weather with David Finfrock on WBAP.
We go to the 4th inning. Here's Eric.
And here's Bobby Meacham swinging and missing on Stewart's first pitch. Meacham lined a single to left his first time, and he bunts on the next pitch. Stewart off the mound has it. Underhands to O'Brien, and he got him. Stewart off the mound toward first base to glove that bunt. A very good fielding pitcher. He had to be quick, as that was not a bad bunt at all by Bobby Meacham. Stewart on the dead run to flag it down, 1 out. And here is Tim Foley. The Yankees leading 2-0. They've out-hit the Rangers 4-2. An error by Stewart led to one of the runs, an unearned run in the second. And the pitch, strike to Foley, 0-1. The error came on an errant pickoff throw. Foley, the third baseman, 0 for 1 tonight. Swings and misses, 0-2. He's batting 170. Toby Harrah, who went on the disabled list today with a chip in his right index finger, batting 171. They're having trouble at third base, to say the least. There's a foul at the plate. It's still 0-2. And Roy Smalley, bothered by an assortment of injuries, hitting just .241. Remember how overcrowded that position was in spring training. They still had Greg Nettles in addition to these three. Here's the 0-2 pitch and a little tap foul down the third baseline. The count remains 0-2.
And a good deal of age at that position, too.
Yeah, Foley is 33. There's the 0-2. And a hopper over the mound. Shortstop Wilkerson charges right on second base. He gloves and throws, and he got it. Nice play by Curtis. And Dave Stewart now with a chance at a 1-2-3 inning, something he has been unable to attain thus far.
Hopefully getting out of the bases loaded jam with 1 out in the third will straighten out his entire game. He did some pitching there.
Randolph today has flied out to Parrish in foul territory and singled in the third, stole second, and came around to score on a hit by Mattingly. And the pitch to Willie is low for ball 1. Stewart has walked 2, hit 1, and thrown a wild pitch. 1 strikeout. That was Mattingly in the first. On deck, Butch Weiniger. The 1-0 pitch. And a slow hopper on the left side. Bell to his left has it, throws, and an easy 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Yankees 2, the Rangers 0.
Friday night, July 6th is Used Car Night at Arlington Stadium. 8 used cars will be given away during the Rangers game with Detroit. To be eligible to win one of the used cars, you can come to the stadium and enjoy the excitement of Rangers baseball, or you can register in advance at the Rangers ticket office. Used Car Night is brought to you by these Chevrolet dealers: Brindley and Stakely in Dallas, Jim Johnson Chevyland in Richardson, Graff and Grand Prairie, Frank Parra in Irving, Newman and Garland, and Jack Williams and Bruce Lowry in Fort Worth. Used Car Night is Friday night, July 6th at Arlington Stadium.
Last half of the fourth, the Rangers trailing by a 2-0 score to Phil Niekro and the Yankees. 2 hits for Texas. 1 strikeout for Niekro. His next strikeout will be number 3,000 of his big league career. Larry Parrish fly to center field his first time up, and he, of course, faced Niekro in the National League. The right-hander, 45 years old. Winds and throws, and it is way wide, ball 1. Well, Phil Niekro got his first big league win on the day that Jose Rijo was born. That's the man who's in the locker next to him in the Yankee locker room. Here's a pitch high to Parrish, 2-0. That was on May 13th, 1965. Niekro was 26 years old at the time. The 2-0 to Parrish and a ground ball foul down the third base line. It's 2-1. The man who turned Niekro into a starting pitcher was Paul Richards. With the Braves in 1967, Niekro had been a relief pitcher almost exclusively in the minor leagues for 5 years. And he was wild in the minor leagues. Very high walk total. There's a 2-1 to Parrish, and it's in for a strike, 2-2. O'Brien on deck, and then Gary Ward. Yankees lead on single runs in the second and third inning. The 2-2 pitch is on the way, and it is fouled back and out of play.
Wonder if the Rangers are discussing in the dugout, knowing that he needs one more. I don't want to be the guy to go up and do it.
Hey, they were talking about it in the clubhouse prior to the game. They were well aware of the milestone likely to occur tonight.
They're keeping track as they go up.
Well, that's one way to cut down on your swing. Something you have to do on the knuckleball. Wait and wait some more. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Parrish. Niekro ready, and here's the pitch, and he fouls it back to the screen. No, he missed it. Parrish on his way to first, and he'll make it without a throw. So Niekro gets his 3,000th strikeout, but Parrish gets first base. How about that?
Well, I'm sure he likes the strikeout, but he doesn't like the way it wound up. He's going to keep the baseball. They've just thrown it back to him, and that one will go to the Hall of Fame, number 3,000. But the guy he just struck out is at first base with a drop third strike.
Well, the pitch was outside, but not that far outside. It'll be a pass ball charged to Butch Weiniger. And Arlington Stadium is on its feet for Phil Niekro, and deservedly so. The man who broke into the big leagues in 1964 was sent back to the minors, returned in 1965, a brief stint in the minors in 66, and since 1967, it's been all big league ball for Phil Niekro. 278 major league wins, 234 losses. And now, 3,000 strikeouts. Larry Parrish was the victim, but he stands at first. It's been all big league ball for Phil Niekro. 278 major league wins, 234 losses. And now, 3,000 strikeouts. Larry Parrish was the victim, but he stands at first. Here's O'Brien. He bounced to third his first time, and the pitch to him outside ball 1.
He's working on 4,000 now. That's a nice gesture by the fans here, a standing O, and he tipped his cap. Thank you very much. I'm sure if he had his choice, he would have loved to do it in New York.
Here's the pitch to O'Brien, ball 2. If he had his choice, I believe he would have rather done it in Atlanta. Niekro was told by the Braves at the end of last season, Phil, please retire. He said, no, thank you. Went through the free agency, and several teams were interested. Here's a 2-0 fastball, and it's in there 2-1.
He's just hitting his prime. He had always had those terrible starts, and this year he started very quickly to the surprise of the Atlanta Braves.
He said it. Traditionally a great second-half pitcher. There's a swing by O'Brien, a long drive to center, but playable for Griffey. Just shy of the warning track, he hauls it in, and there's one down. Well, last year, Niekro was 2-6 in late June, and then he went 9-4. His record for the last 7 Aprils was 1-14 before this year, but he had a great April this season. He said he threw more knuckleballs in spring training than previously to get Cerrone and Weiniger used to them, and he's also mixing his pitches a little bit more. The Braves didn't like him doing that. Here's Gary Ward. He singled in the second, and he takes ball 1. The Braves last year told him throw nothing but knuckleballs. They didn't want him throwing the fastball or the slider. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a strike at the knees, 1-1. Niekro rumored to be a managerial candidate the last 2 times the Braves job came open.
I guess any player who sticks around this long is thought of along those lines. There's a swing and a miss by Ward, and it's 1-2. Necro has been throwing the knuckleball since he was 10 years old, when his father, a coal miner in Ohio, taught it to him. He used the knuckler throughout high school. He lost only one game in 4 years in high school. 1-2 to Ward, and a little looping fly to right center. It'll fall in front of Winfield for a hit. Parrish stops at second base, and the Rangers have 2 men aboard for the second time tonight.
Pitch was outside. It was a knuckleball. Ward punched at it, kind of a half-swing affair. That's a good way to attack that ball. Just kind of get your own rotation on it. Check swing it.
Billy Sample, the hitter, ate flat out to left his first time.
Where's Rico? Gary has 4 straight hits.
2 home runs, 2 singles. A walk sandwiched in between. So the tying runs now are aboard. Sample and then Donnie Scott for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 4th. Necro at the belt, and the pitch to Sample swung on and missed. 0-1. Remember, the Tigers here tomorrow night. Dan Petrie against Charlie Huff. The Tigers apparently on their way to their 4th loss in a row. That game all but over in Chicago.
Eric, what a story if his 3,000th strikeout scored in a game.
Here's the 0-1, and Sample hits a high fly to left center. On the run, Kemp and Griffey will take it for out number 2. So now it's up to Donnie Scott, who blooped a single to right field his first time up. Well, Friday night will be used car night when the Tigers are here. Mike Mason will oppose Juan Berenguer. 8 used cars will be given away by these fine Chevy dealers: Friendly, Stakely, Graff, Frank Parra, Newman, Jack Williams, Bruce Lowry, and Johnson Chevyland. That's Friday night used car night. Parrish at second and Ward at first with 2 outs. Donnie Scott the hitter. Wayne Tollison on deck. The Yankees lead 2-0. Necro, hands on the knees, has the sign, and the pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. They are erecting a statue to go at the ballpark in Atlanta, a statue of Phil Necro. Still close friends with the Braves owner, Ted Turner. There's the 0-1 pitch. Outside and low, gets away from Weiniger. There goes Parrish to third. The throw is not in time. Close play at third as Parrish, with some aggressive base running, gets in there. And Ward moves down to second on a pass ball by Butch Weiniger. So the second pass ball of the inning against Weiniger. And that puts the tying runs in scoring position. A 1-ball, 1-strike count to Donnie Scott. Necro is set, and the pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. It's 1-2. Well, Necro holds the all-time Major League record for wild pitches in a career. He has had 198 of them.
You know, you pitch long enough, not only do you have the positive records, but the home run thing he gave up in 79, he's got some real negatives in there, too, but obviously the positive outweighs them.
When you have thrown over 4,700 innings, you'll have your share on both sides. 1-2 to Donnie Scott. A base hit here could tie it. Here's the pitch. And a strike 3 call. Knuckleball inside corner. That's all for the Rangers. Strikeout number 3001. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. At the end of 4, the Yankees 2, the Rangers nothing.
This summer, take the vacation you've always dreamed of. Delta's Dream Vacation to Orlando, home of Walt Disney World, Epcot Center, and SeaWorld. There's no better time than now.
When you're ready to go places, Delta is the airline you should fly. Up into the sky.
Delta's Dream Vacation to Orlando starts at $329 per person, double occupancy. Price includes round-trip Delta airfare with travel on certain days. 3 nights at a fine hotel, Alamo rental car with unlimited mileage, a fabulous day at SeaWorld, and more. So what are you waiting for? See your travel agent or call Delta.
Delta is ready when you are.
We're at ringside with Bob Knockout Hope. I'm going to knock out the Knocks.
What knocks, champ?
The knock that's knocking around in my engine.
How you going to do that?
With Texaco Super Unleaded. It's Texaco's highest octane unleaded gasoline.
Does it pack a wallop?
It's got the octane to help me knock out the knocks.
So when you use Texaco Super Unleaded, your engine sounds great, right?
Mm-hmm. Texaco Super Unleaded. Its higher octane helps knock out the knocks. It's a winner by a knockout.
The Jimmy Stewart Show and movie news on WBAP 820.
Butch Weiniger leads off for the Yankees in the fifth inning. They lead 2-0. It'll be Weiniger, Mattingly, and Baylor against Dave Stewart. Weiniger has singled and fly to right. Stewart delivers. Weiniger looks at a pitch low for ball one. Well, Dave Stewart not only pitching for a victory in this game, he may be pitching to save his job in the starting rotation. Here's a swing by Weiniger and a high fly to center. Sample having trouble finding it. Now he's got it. And there's one down. Gary Ward had run all the way over from left, as Sample appeared to be having trouble locating the ball, but Billy found it, and there's one down. Doug Rader said that during the All-Star break, the Rangers will reconsider the makeup of the pitching staff, and depending on how Stewart and Darwin do in their final starts, and this is Stewart's final start before the break, it's possible one of them would be moved to the pen. There's a fastball inside. Don Mattingly, ball one. Mattingly has struck out and singled to right, driving in a run. The 1-0 pitch. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1. The White Sox have beaten the Tigers 8-2 and handed Detroit their fourth straight loss. First time this year they've lost 4 in a row. Here's the 1-1 pitch and a line drive. Wilkerson leaps and grabs it. 2 down, and Stewart has retired 7 men in a row. Nice play by Curtis, and it'll bring up Baylor, who has bounced to short and been hit by a pitch. Richard Dobson, the winner for the Sox, he's 11-4. Wilcox, the loser, he's 8-6. Toronto leading the Angels 6-2. They go to the ninth. Roy Lee Jackson has relieved Dave Steed for Toronto. And the pitch to Baylor, a strike. It's 0-1. Stewart right back to the plate, and it's outside and low, 1-1. Milwaukee beat Seattle today 4-2. Kansas City blanked Cleveland 4-0. Baltimore downed Minnesota 6-4, and Boston beat Oakland 13-9 in 10 innings on a grand slam by Rice. Foul back to the screen by Baylor, and the count 1-2. Dave Kingman hit his 23rd home run of the year today, and Tony Armas hit his 21st. That was in the same game in Boston. Here's a 1-2 pitch and a high pop foul way back out of play. The American League All-Star starters were named today. We will have those for you a little bit later on. Dave Winfield waiting on deck is among them. Here's the 1-2 to Baylor. And a little ground ball cued off the end of the bat to first. O'Brien takes it, steps on the bag. Another 1-2-3 for Dave Stewart. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Yankees 2, Rangers nothing.
There are other things as important as price when buying insurance. Look carefully at the company and its record. Example, for over half a century, Farmers Insurance Group of companies and Farmers agents not only have provided superior service for practically every type of insurance, but also have managed to keep their rates down. Some families have carried their insurance with Farmers for 3 generations, and in many cases, 3 generations of the same family have been Farmers agents. Being fast, fair, and friendly comes almost as natural to them as breathing. It will pay to contact your nearest Farmers agent soon.
Rolling down the highway or driving through the woods. When I'm in my Chevrolet, I'm really feeling good.
Okay, sports fans, how about a roomy sports sedan? Chevrolet has a new celebrity Eurosport that will turn you into a real booster.
That's my Chevy.
Eurosport, with an available high-output V6, moves out like a European road car. No wonder we call it the Eurosport.
There's not a better feeling among the USA than rolling down the highway in my Chevrolet. That's my Chevy. That's my Chevy.
Last half of the fifth, 2-0 Yankees behind Phil Niekro, and Wayne Tollison will lead off for Texas. He bounced to second with 2 on and 2 outs in the second inning. Rangers have had 2 men on twice, but unable to cash in. Necro rocks and throws and misses inside ball 1. Necro, a likely member of the American League All-Star team. Pitchers will be named in a day or two. Knuckleball drops in for a strike. It's 1-1. He's been named 4 times, but he has pitched only twice in the All-Star games. He says catchers don't like to be embarrassed in front of a national television audience. Feels that's one of the reasons he doesn't get in. Here's a pitch high, 2-1. Said he'd like to go to the All-Star game, but only if he's going to pitch a little bit. Otherwise, he'd rather fish and play golf. There's a foul off the foot of Tollison, 2-2. Necro very active in charities. Sponsors a golf tournament for birth defects during the All-Star break in Atlanta. Well, an enormous crowd tonight at Arlington Stadium, and we have the wave going now in the terrace seats. Section after section standing up, raising their arms above their heads. This is an Arlington Stadium first, and an impressive sight it is, with a crowd in the neighborhood of 40,000 on hand. 2-2, the count to Tollison. Necro ready to work. Here's the pitch, and a little fly ball to center field. Griffey starts in, now goes back. He's got it out, number 1. Tremendous crowd here at the ballpark. And remember, the Tigers will be here for the next 4 nights. Petrie against Huff tomorrow, Berenguer against Mason Friday, Rozema against Darwin Saturday on Mr. Catfish Ball Night, and Jack Morris against Frank Tanana Sunday. Here's Curtis Wilkerson. He's 0 for 2, and he fouls it back, 0-1.
You think there's a tremendous crowd in here? You should see the tremendous crowd in the parking lot. There are cars parked all over this section of the state of Texas, Eric. Arlington is just jammed. They got them parked all over the grass down there when you come into the stadium.
Well, we are seeing something we have never experienced at Arlington Stadium before. The 0-1 to Wilkerson. He bunts and misses. It's 0-2. This wave is continuing. It has now made 2 full laps of the ballpark, and it keeps on going. The green seats in the terrace are full, except for those first few rows that are covered by a tarpaulin. And the pitch to Wilkerson is outside. It's 1-2. Necro back to work, and the pitch is tapped foul on the first base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and I suppose you can hear the wave each time it comes into the mezzanine section directly below our broadcast booth.
I don't think Mr. Birdsong appreciates waves the way we do.
Mr. Birdsong has the crowd noise, Mike, undulating. He's not quite sure what to do with it. 1-2, the count to Curtis. Here's the pitch, and a foul back again. National League, Houston leads the Mets 7-4. They go to the 8th inning in New York. Dave Smith now for Houston, relief of Nepper. Sift for the Mets in relief of Lynch. Here's the 1-2 to Curtis, and he swings and misses on a pitch way up high. Strikeout number 4 for Necro, 2 outs, and here's Mickey.
This is kind of fun. Arlington Stadium, the spot to be on July the 4th.
Big fireworks display after the ball game. And now Mickey Rivers with 2 outs and nobody on. He's 0 for 2, and he takes outside ball 1. Philadelphia 4, Cincinnati 4. They go to the 9th in Philadelphia. Franco for Cincinnati in relief. Holland for the Phillies in relief. Pitch outside the Rivers. It's 2-0. Montreal leads Atlanta 7-1. Bottom of the 7th in Atlanta. Dawson and Murphy have hit home runs. Charlie Lee for Montreal, and Falcone now in relief for Atlanta. Chicago 1, San Diego 0 after 3 in San Diego. Sutcliffe for the Cubs, Chow for the Padres, Pittsburgh at Los Angeles later on. The pitch to Rivers is high, and now it's 3 balls and no strikes.
This is a point where the defensive players really have to concentrate, and if the wave hits at the same time there's a ground ball, they might have some problems picking that ball up.
There's a 3-0 to Mickey, and he takes a strike. It's 3-1. At Omaha, the Oklahoma City 89ers have been beaten 4-3 in the first game of a doubleheader. Al Lacko is the losing pitcher. George Wright is playing for the 89ers tonight. Rivers swings at the ground ball over first, hits the bag. Backhand Mattingly. He throws. He got him. Great play by Mattingly in foul territory on a ground ball that hit the bag, and Niekro hustling over, got there in front of Mickey Rivers. A 1-2-3 inning. We will go to the 6th. Yankees 2, Rangers nothing.
Hungry for fresh-tasting, custom-made pizza delivered hot to your doorstep in 30 minutes or less? Then call Domino's Pizza right now. We deliver free, and we deliver a mouth-watering pizza that's made with the freshest ingredients and oven-baked to a golden brown perfection. So don't wait. Call Domino's Pizza and have your favorite pizza delivered hot to your doorstep free.
Domino's Pizza delivered. Domino's Pizza delivered.
Oh, here is a truck that'll never get stuck when I drive through the mire and mud. A truck that can tow without going too slow, but has plenty of room for old Judd. He's my dog. Oh, Chevy S10, I'm the envy of all of my friends. Good looking and tough, carries all of my stuff. Oh, I love my new Chevy S10.
See the Chevy S10 Blazer and the S10 pickup at your Tarrant and Johnson County Chevrolet dealer today. Available in 2-wheel drive and 4x4 with the InstaTrack system that lets you switch to 4-wheel drive without even slowing down. In Fort Worth, see Bruce Lowry, Century, Hudaberg, or Jack Williams Chevrolet. In Arlington, Vandergrift Chevrolet, and in Burleson, Bob Cosby Chevrolet.
Good looking and tough, room for all of your stuff. You will love a new Chevy S10.
WBAP 820, a business station of the 84 Dallas Grand Prix.
We go to the 6th. It is 2-0 New York. We'll be back after this Dale Seiko 10-second station break on the Ranger Radio Network.
Ranger Baseball on WBAP 820 Fort Worth, Dallas. Brought to you by Ford A Tire, the price cutters on top brand radios, and Berryman products available where auto supplies are sold.
Dave Winfield has walked twice, and he has scored a run. Dave Stewart over the top and to the plate. Breaking ball strike. It's 0-1. Stewart has given up 4 hits, 2 walks. He has struck out 1, but he has retired 8 men in a row. Winfield was the last base runner when he walked in the 3rd inning. That loaded the bases, and then Stewart got out of the jam. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss. There goes the bat past third base. He skipped a 1-hopper right over the bag. It was a fair ball. It's an 0-2 count to Winfield.
He's got his direction back at least. The last one hung in his hand for a little bit, flipped over the head of the umpire, but this one was the legit Winfield throw, a line shot over third.
He can go to all fields. We saw him go up the middle on Dickie Knowles with the bat on Monday night.
He is dangerous at the plate.
0-2 to count. Winfield against the Rangers this year, 10 for 21, and Stewart being very careful with him. He has a 10-game hitting streak. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside. It's 1-2. Well, Stewart has already gone beyond his previous outing on Friday in Cleveland when he went just 4 2/3.
And one more out, he'll go beyond the previous outing of that.
There's the 1-2 pitch, and he struck him out swinging. Winfield with a big cut on a pitch at the knees. That's strikeout number 2 for Dave Stewart. And it'll bring up Steve Kemp.
How does he not hurt his knee? When he swings and misses, he bounces down and then springs back up, and I would think you could wrench your knee or twist it or do some kind of damage.
You have some agility. Steve Kemp, left-handed batter, appears to have changed his stance at the plate a little bit this year. He holds his hands differently. Whatever it is, it's been very successful. Holds the hands down low, and the pitch is fouled back, 0-1. Remember, the San Diego Chicken will be back here next Thursday, July 12th, when the Rangers host the Indians. Tyson Foods presenting the San Diego Chicken. Thursday the 12th, that'll be the first game following the All-Star break. A 4-game series with the Indians, Thursday through Sunday of next week. 0-1 the count to Kemp. And the pitch, fastball low, it's 1-1. The Angels have lost. Final score, Toronto 6, California 3. Dave Stieb won his 9th. He's 9-3. Kemp swings and misses. It's a 1-2 count. Ron Romanek, the loser, is 8-9. Rob Picciolo hit an inside-the-park home run for California. Reggie Jackson hit his 13th homer. Akins and Mosby hit home runs for Toronto. Here's a 1-2 pitch. It's high, 2-2. In Toronto, they had only 24,000, but it's not that big a day in Canada. It's still July 4th up there, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Here's a pitch to Kemp, and it misses, full count.
They just turn around and watch the fireworks from Detroit.
That's right.
They don't have any.
What is this Independence Day all about? 3-2 to Kemp. Stewart ready, and the payoff pitch, and a foul back out of play. Well, it was on this date 1 year ago that Dave Righetti threw his no-hitter for the Yankees against Boston. And in 1912, on July 4th, Wabash George Mullen of the Tigers pitched a no-hitter on his 32nd birthday. 3-2 to Kemp, and a high fly ball, deep right. Way back Parrish. Look it up. It's gone. A home run. It's 3-0 Yankees. A towering shot. Kemp hits his 6th home run, his 27th RBI. That is the 19th home run given up by Dave Stewart this year. The 69th given up by the Rangers staff. And the 66th hit by the Yankees. That ball had some height and some distance. And here is Tim Griffey. He has driven in a run with a sacrifice fly and bounced to second, and he lines one to right, but Parrish is right there. Backs up a step, grabs it, 2 out. Well, before the home run by Kemp, Dave Stewart had gotten into a good groove. He had retired 9 straight. Now here's Bobby Meacham, who has singled and been thrown out by Stewart trying to butt his way on.
You don't get that fastball in the right spot, and it sure leaves in a hurry.
Ooh. The Ranger record for home runs allowed in a season is 40. Fergie Jenkins holds it. Stewart is about 1 game behind that pace. Here's the pitch high to Bobby Meacham, ball 1. Fergie gave up 40 home runs in 1979. And there is ball 2 to Meacham. Tim Foley, the on-deck batter. Stewart to the windup, and the pitch is a strike, letter high outside corner with a fastball, and it's 2-1. Yankees from here will go to Minnesota, while the Rangers will entertain the Tigers. 2-1 pitch. And a high fly ball down the left field line. Gary Ward racing into foul ground. He's there in the bullpen. He's got it. The inning is over. 1 run, 1 hit, the Kemp home run. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Yankees 3 and the Rangers nothing.
Comrade bartender, I am loving your country. Good. Everywhere, they are giving me choices.
Choices?
Choices. What kind pants, what kind soup, what kind haircut.
Well, that's how we do it here. Say, can I get you a beer?
Da.
Da?
Please to be giving me light beer.
Light beer, okay. What kind?
What is this? What kind? The official state-approved light beer.
No, I mean you got a choice.
More choices?
Sure. Now there's Bud Light.
Bud Light?
The best has a taste all its own, and it won't fill you up.
Good. I am now making no choice. Light Bud.
That's Bud Light.
So where does line form?
For what?
It's Bud Light.
No, you don't stand in line.
Oh, then I must slip you extra rubles.
That's not necessary.
There's papers for me to fill out?
No papers.
This is a wonderful country.
That's not necessary either.
Ask for Bud Light, the less filling light beer with the first name and taste.
So, can I get you another Bud Light?
You mean I didn't use up my quota?
Anheuser-Busch, Houston, Texas.
If you're 14 years of age or younger, you can be one of 17 lucky youngsters who will be Ranger honorary bat boy or bat girl for a night at Arlington Stadium. You'll meet and have your picture taken with Ranger players. Visit the Ranger dugout, be introduced on the field, and receive a replica Ranger uniform shirt and cap. To be eligible, have your parent or guardian register for you at any participating Dallas, Tarrant, or Johnson County Chevrolet dealership. Register now, and register often.
Last half of the 6th inning, Phil Niekro now takes a 3-0 lead to the mound. He'll face Bell, Parrish, and O'Brien in the bottom of the 6th. Buddy has walked and struck out. Eric Nadel with Mark Holtz, Jim Birdsong, and Jeff Kuster on Independence Day. And the pitch to Bell in for a strike. It is 0-1. Buddy in a good streak, 12 for his last 26. And he takes inside 1 ball and 1 strike. Buddy, you would think, with a decent chance of being named to the All-Star team. He and Parrish, the most likely Rangers. There's a swing and a high fly ball to center. Griffey is there, and he's got it one down. Here are the American League starters. It'll be Carew at first, Lou Whitaker at second, Cal Ripken at short, George Brett at third, Lance Parrish catching, Dave Winfield, Chet Lemon, and Reggie Jackson in the outfield. Those are the starters selected by the fans. Joe Altobelli will name the rest of the squad. Larry Parrish has flied to center and reached first on a strikeout and a pass ball by Weinecker. And in doing so, he became Necro's 3,000th career strikeout victim. The pitch to Larry is high, ball one. Necro is closing in on another interesting record. Victories past the age of 40. Parrish swings, fouls one back out of play, 1-1. Jack Quinn holds the Major League record for most games won after the age of 40. He won 89. Phil Niekro has now won 81 games since his 40th birthday. He has passed Cy Young this year, gone into second place on that all-time list. Here's a 1-1, and it's high, 2 balls and a strike. Niekro from Lansing, Ohio. His best friend growing up was John Havlicek. 2-1 pitch, and a little dribbler foul down third. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rich Donnelly says the last time he was on a field with Phil Niekro, Rich Donnelly was the bat boy. Niekro was pitching in high school, and Donnelly was the bat boy for the rival team. Rich, now the Ranger first base coach, he said he played against Joe Niekro, Phil's younger brother. This guy's been throwing a knuckleball for 35 years. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And a fly ball short right field. Coming hard is Dave Winfield, and it's going to fall for a base hit. Parrish with a bloop single. That is the 4th hit for the Rangers, and 3 of them have been bloops. That'll bring up Pete O'Brien, who has bounced to third and fly to center. Remember Farm and Ranch Night, the 12th annual edition, coming up Sunday, July 15th. The Rangers against the Indians. There will be hog calling, cow milking, and egg tossing contests starting at 7:10 on Sunday, July the 15th. O'Brien to be followed by Ward. Mattingly holding Parrish to the bag at first, and the pitch is taken for ball one. Niekro has had good control of the knuckleball. He has walked only one man. That was Bell on a disputed 3-2 pitch in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, and it's 2-0.
He's averaging about 7 1/3 innings a start. He did go 10 innings against the Brewers earlier in the year. He has 3 complete games.
He's averaging only 1 walk for 3 innings. Here's the 2-0 pitch and a grounder foul back of first. Charlie Huff, by comparison, averages about 2 walks per 5 innings. Niekro about 2 walks per 6 innings. 2-1 the count to O'Brien. And the pitch. Knuckleball swung on and missed 2-2. His knuckleball may be a little bit slower than Charlie's for the most part. And they count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Butch Weineger had never caught a knuckleball before this year. They say he's done a good job, even though he had 2 passed balls in 1 inning here tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch and a ground ball toward the middle, through for a base hit. Parrish around second will go to third. O'Brien's on at first. The Rangers have 2 men aboard for the 3rd time, and with 1 out, here's Gary Ward. Ward is 4 for his last 4. 2 home runs last night, 2 singles tonight. See if the Rangers can make the most of this scoring opportunity. They had 2 men on in the second with 2 outs. They had 2 men on in the 4th with 1 out. That's the situation right now. Ward has lifted his average to .232 with his 4 straight hits. Infield is double play depth. And the pitch is bounced slowly to third. Foley goes to second. There's 1. On to first, double play. The inning's over. 5-4-3. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. At the end of 6, the Yankees lead the Rangers 3-0.
You're rolling down the road. Everything's running smooth. the thin. Pocky. Uh-oh, car trouble. But look. Ta-da! There's a Gateway Auto Supply with 8 convenient locations in Fort Worth, Arlington, Richland Hills, and Grand Prairie. There's always one nearby. And you can bet they're open. So bring your car trouble into the nearest Gateway Auto Supply for all your automotive needs. They carry a huge inventory of quality name brand products. And Gateway's professionals will make sure that you get just the part you need. A simple clank, clank, knock, knock, and you'll be rolling again. Gateway has new and rebuilt parts for American, beep, beep, and foreign cars. Beep. All at discount prices. Gateway Auto Supply open 7 days a week at 8 convenient locations. Fort Worth, Arlington, Richland Hills, Grand Prairie, and visit their newest location at Brown Trail and Airport Freeway in Bedford. Gateway Auto Supply keeps you rolling. 7 days a week. Ta-da!
On Friday night, July 13th, the Texas Rangers host the Cleveland Indians, and all youngsters 14 and under with a paid admission will receive a replica Texas Rangers batting helmet, compliments of Home Sports Entertainment. Tickets are available for Home Sports Entertainment Helmet Night at any Rainbow Ticketmaster outlet or at the Texas Rangers ticket office. For more information, call Metro 273-5100. That's Friday night, July 13th, Texas Rangers Batting Helmet Night at Arlington Stadium, compliments of Home Sports Entertainment.
Joe Halstead, local news, mornings on WBAP 820.
We go to the 7th inning. The Rangers trailing by the score of 3-0. Now again, here's Mark Holt.
Tim Foley will lead off the 7th, and Randolph and Weinecker. A huge crowd tonight at Arlington Stadium. What a great sight. Pitch to Foley is hit in the air to right center field. LP wandering toward right center. Has it, and there's one out. Oh, this is a thing of beauty tonight. Keep coming out as the Rangers try to get things together in 1984, but it's great to sit up here and see all these fans in the 4th enjoying Major League Baseball. Here's Willie Randolph. He's flied to right, singled, stolen a base, scored a run in the 3rd, and bounced to 3rd. Dave Stewart has given up 1 home run tonight, a total of 3 runs, 3-5-0, the Yankee line, 0-5-1 for the Rangers. Stu Wines in the pitch to the leadoff man for the Yankees. 1 hop to the mound. He juggles it, knocks it down, picks it up, throws, and got him at first base. Ball hit quickly, tried to scoop it, juggled it in his glove, then it fell out, picked it up with that right hand and threw him out. So there are 2 gone. Here's Butch Weinecker. This overall has been a very good performance for Dave Stewart. He has made the throwing error and given up a home run, but in comparison, everything is relative, and relative to the last game in Cleveland, he looks like the Dave Stewart who was pitching very well in late May and in June. He won 3 games in May. Here's the pitch to the left-handed batting catcher for the Yankees, and Weinecker takes high ball 1. Outfield shaded to left. Wilkerson plays up the middle. Tallison a deep second. Stu to the plate. High again. Ball 2, 2-0. The Yankees starting the night way back in the East, 20 games out. The Rangers 7.5 out. 2-0, and that is a strike on the outside corner. And thanks to Toronto tonight, Rangers have a shot if they can ever get to Mr. Niekro. Here's the 2-1. Weinecker takes a fastball wide. It is ball 3, 3-1. Last walk by Stewart in this game was Winfield in the 3rd. So it is a 3-1 count to Weinecker, a single in the 1st, then 2 fly ball outs. Donnie Scott behind the plate, throws him the sign, and the pitch is a strike on the outside corner, breaking ball. It's 3-2. So a full count to Weinecker. Stewart working quickly. The full count delivery is a fastball that's hit hard to right, but Parrish playing deep moves back a few feet, makes the catch in right center, and a quick inning for Dave Stewart. 3 up and 3 down. We head to the Rangers stretch time in the 7th, with the Yankees leading 3-0.
Why should you buy your life insurance from a farmer's agent? Farmers Insurance Group of Companies says there are some good reasons. A farmer's agent is not looking for a big one-time sale. He or she is trained to handle your total insurance needs. Your car, your home, the growth and education of your family, the building of your business, and the developing of a retirement program. And Farmers New World Life Insurance Company provides a full range of plans that can be tailored to your individual requirements. So call your nearest fast, fair, friendly farmer's agent today.
Here's how the men and women of Texaco feel about our flag.
Stand up for the flag of America, wherever you may be.
it and protect it, for it shall keep you free. Free to do what you want to do and say what you want to say. Free to go where you want to go and pray the way you want to pray. Stand up for the flag of America, for all the world to see. Stand up for the flag, that star-spangled flag that stands for you and me.
This tribute to our flag expresses the pride that all of us at Texaco have in our country.
We'll see if the Rangers can get to Phil Niekro in the bottom half of the seventh. He has a shutout 5-hitter going. If you're 14 years of age or younger, you can be one of 17 lucky youngsters to be honorary bat boy or girl for a night at Arlington Stadium. Have your parent or guardian register for you at any participating Dallas, Tarrant, or Johnson County Chevrolet dealer, including Stakely Chevrolet in Dallas, Frank Powers Chevrolet in Irving, Bob Hayes in Dallas, Duran Chevrolet in Dallas, Bruce Lowry Chevrolet in Fort Worth. Be a big night. Pitches a strike to Sample, 0-1. That night you'll be in the Ranger dugout for a while, have your picture taken, get a Ranger replica uniform, shirt, and cap, be introduced on the field. So have your parent or guardian stop by a Chevrolet dealer tomorrow. Pitches outside for a ball. It's 1-1. A ball and a strike. Donnie Scott due next, and Wayne Collison to follow. All those Chevy dealers always concerned about the youth. Glad to have them along in 84 again on the Ranger Network. Swing and a miss and a knuckleball. It's ball 1, strike 2. Sample is flied to left and flied to center. They are starting the wave again, where different sections of the stadium stand as they go completely around. Pitch is swung on and missed. He threw a slider there, and Sample way behind it, striking out. 5th strikeout. 1 walk for Phil Niekro. He is rolling along as Donnie Scott comes up. This is the 3rd time around for most of these hitters against Niekro. Scott Thomason, then it will be the 4th time around. The players for the Rangers have to like this kind of crowd tonight. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right. Winfield gets a late start, comes on, makes a leaning shoestring catch. A little pop toward right. Winfield went to the line, then started to come in on the ball. With those big strides, he made up ground in a hurry, leaned over, and made the catch. 2 out. Here's Thomason.
You got to hand it to Sam Bielich, the cheerleader who has gotten the wave going now twice. And the first time it made it around the ballpark 4.5 times before dying out.
This crowd will have a shot at the biggest in Ranger history, you would think. We can't see above us in the plaza, but that should be full. Thomason has bounced to second, fly to center. The pitch is inside for a ball. 43,000 last year. I believe that was a bat night with the Toronto Blue Jays. Is that right? Yeah, 43,705 on July 23rd. Pitch is low for a ball, and bat night and helmet night are coming up the month of July. Come on out, enjoy Ranger baseball. Tickets available at Rainbow Ticket Masters throughout the Metroplex and at the stadium. 2-0 to Tolly, grounded on the right side. Randolph to his left, has it, throws to first, and Phil Niekro, short work of the Rangers in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 8th. The Yankees lead the Rangers 3-0.
Well, Frank, here we are today at Wet n' Wild, America's favorite water park, and you're right. Hundreds of people have gathered ready to present their medium-sized Slurpee cups from participating 7-Eleven.
Well, I told you so.
Say, are they all going to save $2 off the regular admission?
Well, we sure are. And I want to ride that new water slide, the Stuka.
Frank, why is it that your Slurpee cup is still full?
Well, you see, Bob, I had this great idea that we could fill all the pools here at Wet n' Wild with Slurpees.
I beg your pardon?
You see, that way I could go down all the rides and wind up in a whole pool of Slurpee.
Well, that's an interesting idea, Frank, but I think most people would prefer the water.
How's this sound? The Banana Bonsai Boggin.
Well, I don't know, Frank.
Or the Cola Kamikaze.
Frank, all you need for each member of the family to save $2 is to bring an empty, medium-sized Slurpee cup to Wet n' Wild just across from Six Flags. You don't need the whole Slurpee. You can drink the Slurpee.
Or how about a lemon lime lazy river?
Frank, just slurp the Slurpee.
Coke is it? Coke is it? The most refreshing way to make the most of every day. And wherever you go and whatever you do, there's something big waiting for me and you. Coke is it? The biggest taste you've ever found. Coke is it? The one that never lets you down. Coke is it? The most refreshing taste around. Coke is it?
We go to the 8th inning at Arlington Stadium. The Yankees have 3 runs, 5 hits. The Rangers nothing on 5. The tough order of the Yankees, the 3, 4, 5 hitters up. Mattingly, Baylor, and Winfield. Mattingly 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Stewart throws inside and high, ball 1. Huge crowd at Arlington. 5 men left on base for the Yankees. They came within the first 3 innings of the game. Pitch is low for a ball. The Rangers have stranded 6. Their last strand came in the 6th inning. The 2-0 pitch is bounced foul on the first base side. It's ball 2, strike 1. George Wright is playing for the Oklahoma City 89ers. They hopefully think it will be about a week before he's ready to go, playing in his first game tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And a ground ball by the mound up the middle of base hit. Stewart leaning down, couldn't reach it. It was hit quickly. And Sample plays it back in. So a single for Mattingly leading off the 8th. He now has 101 hits this year. George Wright, by the way, has a double and a home run for the 89ers tonight. So it's nice to see him back in gear. He just went crazy not playing. Baylor waiting. The stretch. The pitch is a high pop fly to shallow center. Sample a long way to come. Wilkerson is out. Billy still running. Is there. He makes the catch. That ball way upstairs, hung up for a while for out number 1. Don Baylor 0 for 3 in this game. Against the Rangers 5 for 30 this year. That brings up Winfield. Winfield has walked twice, scored a run, and struck out swinging. He's 10 for 22 against the Rangers. The attendance tonight, a few thousand shy of the all-time record, 39,240, the biggest of the year. 39240. Rangers hope to make them happy. They have 6 more outs to try against Phil Niekro. Winfield waiting with a runner at first. Stewart at the belt. The pitch to Winfield is a strike on the outside corner, called 0-1. Outfield deep and left. Joey McLaughlin is throwing in the Ranger bullpen. Short lead by Mattingly. Winfield with a closed stance away from the plate, but he's got the long arms. He can reach out and grab one of those outside pitches. The 0-1 is high chopped over the mound toward second. Wilkerson having to charge, cuts it, throws, and he got him at first base. A low throw, but Pete O'Brien dug it out. Another nice play for Curtis Wilkerson. Number of occasions tonight, baseballs have been bounced over the mound, then died on their way up the middle. Wilkerson has raced in, picked it up one-handed, transferred, and thrown on to first base. So Winfield retired on a tap. 2 out, Mattingly at second. Here's Steve Kemp. He's bounced to short, popped to third, and homered. We owe you a station identification. Let's pause right here for Zales Seiko timeout on the Rangers Radio Network.
Weather Center 820 brings you more than the latest weather information, the most advanced technology and instant bulletins. We bring you Harold Taft, only on WBAP 820, Fort Worth, Dallas.
Steve Kemp with his 6th home run back in the 6th. His 27th run batted in. Kemp batting .302 for the year. Mattingly took his job last year in the outfield, and Mattingly at first base this year. He opened a spot for Kemp. Pitches a ball, 1-0. Kemp had some throwing problems in right field last year. They moved Winfield over there, put Kemp in left this year. A look back at second base. Stewart to Steve Kemp and a swing and a miss. Counted 1-1. Kemp played 5 years with the Tigers, where he is now getting booed when he goes into Tiger Stadium. A year with the White Sox. This is second with the Yankees. Nation's number 1 pick, January 1976. Former USC athlete. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kemp taking a breaking ball inside and low ball 2. Well, they get some guys out of USC. Steve Busby from USC, Freddie Lynn. Outfield shaded to left for the left-handed hitter. Stewart working at ball 2, strike 1 with a runner at second and 2 out. Check swing. And did he foul it? He did at the foot of Donnie Scott. He tried to check the swing. It hit the bottom of the bat. Bounced right at the foot of Scott. Ball 2, strike 2. Mattingly checks in at second. Oh, he's hit well against the Rangers with 2 hits tonight. Mattingly has 15 hits in 33 trips this year against Texas. 2-2 to Kemp. Strike call. He took a little off, hit the outside corner. Kemp called out on strikes, and the Yankee 8th is over. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. They've now stranded 6 in the game. We head to the Ranger 8th with New York leading 3-0.
Bartender, a light beer, please.
Coming up.
Excuse me.
Huh?
You want just any kind of light beer?
Well,
when you buy a car, will any kind of car do?
No.
On Saturday night, will any kind of girl do? Well, in your case, it might.
Hey, wait a minute.
But when it comes to light beer, you got a choice. Order Bud Light.
You're right. A bartender, a Bud Light, please.
Coming up.
And not just any kind of glass. I want a chilled one.
Hold it.
And not just any kind of pretzels.
Hey, lighten up.
Yeah. And it's about the lighting in here.
Go ahead. Ask for Bud Light, the less filling light beer with a first name and taste. Anheuser-Busch, Houston, Texas.
4 or 5 years ago, your smaller car seemed enough car. But now you're ready to move into more. Take charge with Chevrolet Celebrity. More room, more comfort, and more than just a little prestige. The smooth front drive Chevrolet Celebrity. Try to find any other front drive car with Celebrity's passenger room and comfort at a lower price. And you.
All youngsters 14 and under with a paid admission for the Rangers game with the Eastern Division leading Detroit Tigers on Saturday night, July 7th, will receive a Rangers baseball. Compliments of Mr. Catfish Restaurants of Arlington and Fort Worth. Mr. Catfish, they've got the freshest taste around. That's Saturday night, July 7th at Arlington Stadium. The Rangers and the Tigers and Mr. Catfish Ball Night at Arlington Stadium. Tickets are available at any Rainbow Ticketmaster outlet or at the Rangers ticket office. For more information, call Metro 273-5100.
Curtis Wilkerson, Mickey Rivers, Buddy Bell in the Ranger 8th. The head of the order for the 4th time against Necro, and a knuckler strike down the pipe, 0-1. Wilkerson has flied to center, flied to left, struck out swinging. Rangers with 5 hits tonight. Outside for a ball, 1-1. These first 3 have a combination 0 for 8. Foley in a step at third. The line by Necro. The knuckler is squirted foul off the bat. Third base side, ball 1, strike 2. 39,240. Trying to get excited here. The Rangers shut out through the first 7 innings against Phil Necro, the first time they've ever seen him in a regular season game. The 1-2 pitch inside for a ball, 2-2. Rangers had 2 hits in the second, singles from Ward and Scott, a single from Ward in the 4th, and singles from Parrish and O'Brien in the 6th. Here's a ball low, ball 3, 3-2. Rangers do not want to drop any more than 10 under. They've flirted with 10 under for quite a while. Into this game at 36 wins, 46 losses. 3-2 pitch, line to right, a base hit. A soft line drive, Mattingly going over to his right, reached up, but the ball over his glove for a single. So Wilk did a good job on the 3-2 pitch. A little bit of contact and a soft line drive single. Here's Mickey Rivers as the Rangers get the tying run in the on-deck circle. Jay Howell is throwing down the left field side for the Yankees. Necro out of the stretch. Rivers takes a ball that bounces in. Ball 1. Foley way in on the grass. Rangers have 6 outs to play with. Bottom of the 8th, trailing 3-0. They've matched the hit column. They need to match the run column. Rivers drills one foul down the right field side. They look like they're laying back here, though, looking for the knuckleball. And Rivers hitting at 1-1.
In New York, the Mets have been beaten by the Astros 10-5. Bob Nepper, the winner, he's 8-8. Ed Lynch, the loser, 7-5. A save for Dave Smith, his 4th, 51,000 at Shea Stadium.
Necro to Rivers, and he lunges at one, bloops it to left, racing back. Meacham makes a backhanded catch, throws the first, double play. Rivers lunged at an outside pitch. He looped it in the left. Meacham racing back. Caught it with a backhand, spun around, threw to first, and they doubled off Curtis Wilkerson. And Bell is up with 2 out in the inning.
Terrific play by Meacham in running the ball down and being able to get off a throw from short right field. Big throw by Meacham. And Wilkerson, who thought that ball was going to drop in for a soft hit, doubled off at first base.
That sure looked like a bloop. And Meacham, with a strong throw, he had to go across the diamond to first base. And Wilkerson, with speed, trying to scamper back, is doubled up. Here's Bell with 2 out, and the pitch swung out and missed, 0-1. Well, Phil Niekro has been a piece of work tonight, shooting for his 11th win. He's tied for 3rd in wins in the American League. Pitch to Buddy Bell is inside. The Rangers have been shut out only twice this year. They need to get busy in a hurry. The 1-1. Bell takes inside for a ball. Rangers shut out on May the 4th by the Orioles' Storm Davis on a 3-hitter, and by Boston on May 9th. Both games here, Ojeda and Stanley combining for the Boston shutout. Both scores were 2-0. 2-1 to Buddy Bell. Niekro's knuckleball is pounded down into the ground and rolls on behind home plate. The count is even.
Niekro has 1 shutout this year. He blanked the Royals on April 24th. He has 44 career shutouts. He ranks 34th on the all-time shutout list.
Ball 2, strike 2, 2 out. The pitch from Niekro to Bell. Check swing, little bloop, right center field. Moving back, Willie Randolph, and he makes the catch. So Randolph sits down Buddy Bell and the Rangers in the 8th inning. No runs on a hit, not a line drive, but a little bloop double play ball off the bat of Rivers. Turn that inning around. Rangers strand no one, and through 8 innings, Niekro with a shutout as the Yankees lead 3-0.
It's time now for America's favorite quiz show. The Taste is Right.
Hey, today we're talking baseball. Contestants ready? What's the only hot dog good enough to be served to Texas Rangers fans? Right. Who's the only hot dog to make the Texas Rangers team? Good. What Ranger hot dog can even the umpire get his hands on at home? Yes, you just won this meaty Ranger hot dog. You're right again.
Brian, the official hot dog of the Texas Rangers.
Need AM ammunition? Read the Dallas Morning News. Want your daily dose of Dallas? Read the Dallas Morning News. Looking for razor-sharp sports, battle tactic business, highfalutin fashion? Read the Dallas Morning News. Because for sports, business, fashion, and more, the Dallas Morning News delivers. For news you can use, look to the leader. Nobody beats the Dallas Morning News in the morning.
Reach for the stars, it's rushing hard. Reach for the stars, to the prize with the stars. Reach for the stars, the big bright Texaco star.
If your car knocks, it's probably undernourished, so put it on a diet. Texaco's Super Unleaded Diet. It's got higher octane than regular unleaded to help knock out the knocks.
Reach for the stars, the big bright Texaco star.
Don Day after Paul Harvey's noon report on WBAP 820.
9th inning, the Rangers trailing 3-0. Griffey, Meacham, and Foley to face Dave Stewart. Pitch to Griffey is a strike, 0-1. This broadcast is the property of the Texas Rangers Limited. Any reproduction without the prior written consent of the Texas Rangers Limited is prohibited. Swing and a miss by Griffey at the plate, like a changeup. The sportscasters appearing on this broadcast are employed and compensated for services by the Texas Rangers Limited. 0-2 to Griffey. The wind by Stewart. The pitch is high hopped over the mound. Wilkerson up the middle. The ball hits second base. Picks it, throws low, but safe at first is Griffey. That might be a base hit. Strange hop to Wilkerson, and it will be a base hit. They have hit some baseballs just out of the reach of Dave Stewart. Wilkerson has been busy all night up the middle, but didn't have a lot of time to make the play. Hurried to throw. It bounced in after Griffey had crossed.
Yeah, that last unusual hop forced Curtis to make an adjustment, and that was enough to make the throw late.
Meacham 1 for 3 is bunting. The pitch is inside and low, ball 1. The corner's charging. Tolleson over to cover first and Wilkerson second. Well, that's good news on George Wright. First live game in a while, and a double and a home run coming in the first game of a doubleheader. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Meacham bunting toward the mound. Stewart has it. Glove throws to second. Got to hurry. Did not get him. They call Griffey safe at second. A bunt toward the mound, and Stewart turned around and fired to second base. Wilkerson getting the ball just after Griffey had slid in. See how they score that, as Stewart tried to hurry but did not have enough time.
That was a sacrifice and a fielder's choice. Stewart should have thrown to first, and we don't know if the decision was his or if perhaps Donnie Scott told him to go to second. Scott could see the play unfolding. I don't imagine he told him to throw to second base. The play was not that close.
It sure wasn't. The choice was wrong. Here's Foley. He's 0 for 3. Let's see if he's bunting. The Rangers think so. He shortens up and bunts it foul at the plate, 0-1.
And Foley is adept at bluffing the bunt and swinging away. We saw him do it last night when he hit a long fly ball to left field.
Nobody out in this inning. The Rangers trying to conquer the baffling knuckleball of Niekro. They do not need any more runs to make up. They have the bottom of the ninth with already 3 to go. Parrish, O'Brien, Ward are due up, by the way, when the Rangers get to the ninth. Here's the stretch. Foley shortens the bunt, and bunt goes foul on the first base side. 0-2.
A couple of National League scores. Montreal beat Atlanta 7-4. Charlie Lee won his 13th game. He's 13-4. Bedrosian, the loser, he's 5-6. And in Philadelphia, Cincinnati beat the Phillies 5-4, thanks to 5 Philadelphia errors. The winner was Ted Power, the loser Al Holland, both in relief.
Schmidt throwing in the Ranger bullpen. Here's the stretch. The 0-2. Foley takes high, ball 1. This could be a big night for the Cubs, huh?
Well, the Mets have lost and the Phillies have lost, and the Cubs are leading 2-1 in the 6th at San Diego.
Ball 1, strike 2. Foley checks again. The signs from third base. Griffey's at second with an infield hit. Meacham at first base with a sacrifice fielder's choice. Stewart to Foley. Down on the end of the handle, the pitch is high for a ball. Scott bluffs a throw to first. O'Brien is playing 15 feet from the bag. A good thing he didn't throw it. Ball 2, strike 2. Yankees have now out-hit the Rangers 7-6. Rangers need a double or a triple play right here to get to the bottom of the ninth. There go the runners. The 2-2 pitch, line to left. Ward toward the line, has the catch. Throwing hard back into second base. It will get there late as Griffey returns. Hit and run. Ward playing down the line and left, going toward the foul line, made the catch, stopped immediately, gave a good strong throw to second base. Tolleson playing it like a first baseman, but the throw arriving late as Griffey back in. So 1 out. Here's Willie Randolph. He's flied to right, single, stolen a base, scored a run, bounced to third, and bounced to the mound. He's 1 for 4. He is way away from the plate with Dave Stewart. And as deep as he can get in the batter's box. Pitch to him is high, ball 1. Big fireworks show after the game. It appeared they were testing the wind. They shot one off at the top half of this inning. I imagine that's important for fireworks, Eric.
Yep, you got to play the wind.
Ball 1, no strikes. A look at second base. The outfield about straight away for Randolph. Swings and bounces one up the middle. Wilkerson can't get there, leaning to his left base, hit a run home. On his way to third base is Meacham as the throw comes back into second. Willie Randolph, an RBI single. Wilkerson racing to his left, leaning, but the ball just out of his reach. The Rangers now need to make up 4 runs. That is RBI 13 for Willie Randolph. So Griffey is home, Meacham at third, 1 out in the inning. Butch Weiniger due up, Doug Rader to the mound. For that Tiger series, a reminder that tickets are going quickly. They'll be here tomorrow night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday nights at 7:35. Tickets available starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow here at the Arlington Stadium box office or from Rainbow Ticketmaster outlets and Sears stores throughout the Metroplex. Dave Schmidt is coming into this game as Stewart goes 8 1/3 innings. He is on the hook right here for his 9th loss of the year. The Yankees lead 4-0 in the top of the ninth. Runners on the corners with one out. We have a pitching change. Pause for 1 minute on the Rangers Radio Network.
Now, from Anheuser-Busch, here's L.A. Great taste, half the alcohol of our regular beer.
Shake this world and changed it, made it better, rearranged it in the way you think and what you drink and everything you do. And you love the taste of the air. And now LA's here for the way you live your life today.
Hey, you love the taste of beer. But if you think less alcohol is a good idea, now you have a choice. L.A. is here from Anheuser-Busch. L.A. delivers all the taste and drinkability of a fine Pilsner, but has only 1/2 the alcohol of our regular beers. And it's brewed and aged naturally in the traditional Anheuser-Busch manner. For a fine-tasting Pilsner, it's a whole new brand of beer enjoyment. Say L.A.
The way you live your life today, for the way you live LA.
From Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Dave Schmidt pitching in the ninth inning for Texas. Schmidt 3-3 with a .253 earned run average. This is 20th game. He has 3 saves out of a team total of 10. 42 and 2/3 innings, 39 hits. He struck out 27, walked 10. Stewart goes 8 1/3 innings. At the moment, he's given up 4 runs. 3 of them have been earned. He has property on base at first and third. Total of 8 hits, 1 home run tonight, relinquishing his 19th home run of the year. Struck out 3, walked 2. But some encouraging signs. The Rangers just haven't gotten them many runs. You look up, it's 4-0 New York. Schmidt ready. Here's the stretch. The pitch to the left-handed hitting Butch Weiniger is inside for a ball. The runners are Meacham at third, Randolph at first. Willie has just driven home the 4th run of the game. Throw to first base as Randolph started to wander away. He is back safely. Schmidt got the save on Monday night, his 3rd of the year, pitching an inning and 2/3. He's given up 1 earned run in his last 17 and 2/3. Another throw to first. Randolph is back. 4-0 New York. They have out-hit the Rangers 8-6. Pitch to Weiniger. Inside low for ball 2, 2-0. Encouraging for Stewart. Worked out of a bases-loaded jam in the 3rd with 1 out. Then had a pretty good string, retired until Kemp homered. Then running into trouble in the 9th. Kemp's home run coming in the 6th. It was the 66th home run for New York. The Yankees came in hitting at .269. The Rangers at .256 as a team. That's a pretty wide difference. The 2-0 from Schmidt with a runner coming home, and it's bunted toward first. O'Brien picks it up. He tags. Going to first base, Weiniger on a squeeze play. And Weiniger will get a run batted in on a sacrifice. Shooting home from third was Meacham. Boy, he was off. Great bunt by Weiniger. He put it down the first baseline. O'Brien had a grab and tag. That is the 2nd time within a week that the Rangers have given up a run on a suicide squeeze.
And again, not much you can do about it as long as the hitter gets the bunt down. And that's all Weiniger had to do. He did it.
Boy, that was perfect, wasn't it? Away from the plate to the first base side. Scott just says hello to the runner coming home. Don Mattingly in a 5-0 game with a runner at second. Pitches low, ball 1. That run is charged to Dave Stewart. Ball 1, no strikes. For the most part, over the last couple of weeks, offense hasn't been the Ranger problem, but it is against Niekro tonight. There's a strike at the knees. It's 1-1. Been talking about pitching so much. All of a sudden, the team not hitting tonight. A ball and a strike. 2 out in the ninth. Schmidt working on his 2nd hitter of the game. And it's inside and low for a ball. Mattingly with his 100th hit on an RBI single in the 3rd. His 101st hit of the year and a single to center in the 8th. What a year he is having. He's batting at .345. Ball 2, strike 1. Wilkerson playing almost straight up the middle. Here's a ground ball foul into the Ranger dugout. That'll juggle him up in there. Ball 2, strike 2. First thing the Rangers will be trying to do is avoid a shutout for the 3rd time this year in the 9th. 5-0 New York. With a 2-run ninth, they've really helped Niekro into that ninth. Here's the 2-2. And the ball that is grounded to the left side. Wilkerson has to go way over to his right. Has it. Throws on the run. Gets something on the throw. And out at first base is Mattingly. He hit absolutely against the shift. And a quick play by shortstop Curtis Wilkerson gets him at first. But 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits. There were no errors, and they strand 1. We go to the bottom of the ninth. 5-0 New York.
2 weeks without a hit. Even wearing my lucky socks doesn't help.
Try hamburgers.
What?
Eat hamburgers every day and you'll be hitting in a week. Come on. They got to be good, though, or you get sick of them. Ever eat at Chili's?
No.
Chili's has all kinds of burgers. You can eat them for weeks and still like them.
Huh? It's worth a try.
Hey, look, I'll buy you a burger at Chili's after the game if you do one thing.
What?
Change your socks.
No place else in Chile. No place else.
Seiko's done it. Created a line of Sport Tech watches that are even smarter than a lot of humans. And Zales has them all. There's the Educated Master Planner model, for instance, with 2 alarms that can be programmed to sound off for important meetings, airline departures, phone calls, deadlines, and wake-up times. And Zales has many more equally brilliant styles, each with Seiko's precision quartz timing. Seiko, setting the standard for the world, for the future. Now at Zales, your authorized Seiko dealer.
Phil Niekro is out of this game after pitching 8 strong innings on 6 hits and shutting out the Rangers. That's all he'll go today. So 8 innings, no runs, 6 hits for Phil Niekro, chalking up his 3,000th career strikeout when he got Parrish in the 4th, becoming the 9th player in Major League history. We have watched Charlie Huff throw his knuckleball for a number of years, Eric. And, boy, congratulations to Phil Niekro. He has a honey.
He sure does, and he has lost his attempt at a 45th career shutout, but I don't think Phil's too concerned with numbers like that at this stage. He is more interested in his 11th victory of the season, and he has lowered his earned run average even further. It is down to 183, and that is best in the American League. He has dropped below Jeff Zahn, who is at 189 and had been leading.
Oh, he's having a great year. They win it. He will have 11 wins, 4 losses. The Colorado man, Jay Howell, is into this game. Parrish, O'Brien, and Ward do up. Howell throws hard. 3 and 4 for the year with a 319 earned run average. This is 28th game. He has 2 saves. 48 innings, 48 hits. He struck out 59, a walk 21. He is not in a save situation here. So Parrish leads it off. Jay Howell, LP 1 for 3. The pitch is swung out and hit deep down the right field line, but slicing back foul for strike 1. 39,240. They've had some fun tonight, but they haven't seen any offense. The Rangers with 6 hits in this game off of Phil Niekro and nothing more than a single. Here's the line by Howell. The right-hander throws hard and low for a ball. Count it 1-1. Rangers need 5 to tie, 6 to win. Let's just go do it. It's the 4th of July. Why not? Howell's 1-1 pitch. And a little ground ball on the right side. Mattingly way over to his right has it. Throws to Howell covering Parrish is out. Rangers are down to their last 2 hopes.
And Mattingly has terrific range at first base. We have seen him go far into foul territory to grab a ground ball that hit the bag at first. And now we've seen him go far to his right to make the play and see the pitcher cover.
We were talking about O'Brien last year when we first saw him about the range that he has. He's a great fielding first baseman, but Mattingly is right in there, too. We're watching 2 of the real fine young players in the American League. Here's O'Brien at the plate. He's 1 for 3. He'll be 5 for his last 12. 2 outs to go. Howell winds. The pitch is a changeup, which is outside ball 1. Outfield about straight away. Brian Dayette has gone into left field defensively. Here's the pitch to O'Brien and a ground ball to first. This is easy. Mattingly throws to Howell. There's 3-1 again, and there's 2 out. Can't get shut out on the 4th of July, Eric. Well, then again, maybe you can. The Rangers have been shut out twice, both at home. It is up to Gary Ward, who had 4 straight hits before hitting into a double play with men on base in the 6th. He hit 2 home runs last night, 2 singles to start this game, but then a double play ball in the 6th.
And the Rangers had 3 good scoring chances with 2 men aboard all 3 times, but couldn't cash in.
They stranded 6. Howell trying to end it. Here's the windup and the pitch. And Ward takes a fastball strike, 0-1. Outfield, bunch towards center. 2 out, bottom of the 9th inning, and things look rather bleak. The pitch to Ward, breaking ball low and away. Ball 1 and strike 1. If the Yankees win, they'd be 5. The Rangers would be 5-4 against New York this year. The 1-1 pitch. That is low. Final games against the Yankees coming right after this homestand in New York on July 16th, 17th, and 18th. Ball 2, strike 1. Jay Howell, the sign from Butch Weiniger. And the 2-1 pitch. A swing and a miss. Strike 2, 2-2. Well, what would be the chances after we played them the first time that we'd be looking at the left side of their infield tonight with Foley at third and Meacham at short? Meacham was sent down after the Rangers series, and Foley wasn't playing. Ball 2, strike 2. Pitch to Gary Ward, inside and tight on the letters, ball 3. It is a full count. Ward trying to get the Rangers started. There is no room to spare at this point. The 3-2 pitch at a foul ball back to the screen. Rangers were shut out in the 8th and 9th innings last night. So if they don't score here, it would be 11 shutout innings into the Tiger game tomorrow. Mason against Berenger on Friday. Darwin against Rosemus Saturday. Tanana against Morris on Sunday. And a tough one tomorrow night. Dan Petrie will be gunning for his 12th against Charlie Huff. Here's the 3-2 to Gary Ward. He struck him out swinging, and the Rangers have been shut out for the 3rd time this year. 3 up, 3 down in the 9th. The final score is 5-0 New York. Game totals in a minute. FSLIC. The Rangers shut out tonight, 5-0. Have dropped to 11 games under 500 at 36-47. They have lost 5 of their last 8. The Yankees are 35-43 after breaking a 4-game losing streak last night. They've now won 2 in a row. Mr. Birdsong says we have to identify ourselves. So we'll be back after a 10-second station identification on the Rangers Radio Network.
Ranger Baseball on WBAP 820, Fort Worth, Dallas. Brought to you by 4-Day Tire, the price cutters on top brand radios, and Gateway Auto Supply with 8 Metroplex locations, open 7 days a week.
For the Rangers, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Check that. For the Yankees, we wish it was the Rangers tonight. For the Yankees, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 7 left. For the Rangers, no runs, 6 hits, all singles. 1 error and 6 left. Niekro, the winner, he's 11-4. Stewart, the loser, 4-9. The game took 2 hours and 20 minutes. Played before 39,240. Out hit 8-6. The Rangers shut out by Niekro and Howell tonight, 5-0. Stay tuned. The postgame show coming next on the Rangers Radio Network.
Texas Rangers Baseball has been brought to you on WBAP by Chevrolet. America is on the move, and Chevrolet is supplying the wheels. Chevrolet and you taking charge. By Texaco, makers of new Texaco Super Unleaded Gasoline with Superstar Power. By Bud Light, the best has a taste all its own. satisfying but never filling. So ask for Bud Light. And by Delta Airlines, the official airline of the Texas Rangers. Keep listening to your 50,000-watt Major League sports station for the only sports talk show heard 7 days a week. It's Sports at 6 tonight and every night on WBAP 820.
The world's largest passenger jet is the Boeing 747, and the world's largest volume Lincoln Mercury dealer is Eagle in Dallas. Eagle is number one because Eagle sells for less. And now, Eagle Lincoln Mercury Isuzu celebrates their 22nd anniversary with spectacular year-end clearance prices on their entire stock. Get a hot-selling Mercury Cougar for $98.99, loaded, including factory air. Now at Eagle Lincoln Mercury Isuzu, where Bob Eagle thanks you, Dallas, for making Eagle number one, 6116 Lemon Avenue. And now, John Eagle Pontiac GMC is making room for the 85s with unbelievable year-end clearance prices on every Pontiac and GMC truck in stock. John Eagle Pontiac. Experience Pontiac Firebird, priced from a low $99.98, loaded with factory air. See the flashy Indy Fiero and all the exciting Pontiacs at Dallas' newest and best Pontiac dealer, John Eagle Pontiac GMC. The Eagle has landed. 3625 Inwood Road near Lemon.
If warm weather brings out the worst in your car's performance, B12 Chem Tool could bring it back to its best. Just pour a can of B12 Chem Tool into your tank to clean your entire fuel system and spray your carburetor with B12 Chem Tool aerosol carburetor cleaner. You may find that what you thought would take a lot of work or money didn't require either. Tune-up time? B12 Chem Tool may be the only tool you need. Ask for Berryman B12 Chem Tool at your local auto parts store or automotive service center.
He's waited a lifetime for these 10 seconds. To us, it's the 100-meter dash. To him, it's a dream. This is his moment, and ours. Because for those of us who watch, our hopes and dreams go with him. That's the spirit of the games. Adidas.
Available at Chipper's Corner, the only store strictly for young men and boys in the Metroplex. Located in the Westbury Square Shopping Center, Park Row and Bowen in Arlington.
It's Rangers wrap-up time, brought to you on WBAP 820 by Dr. Pepper and sugar-free Dr. Pepper, both with that great out-of-the-ordinary taste. Hold out for the out-of-the-ordinary. Hold out for Dr. Pepper. And by your Dallas County Chevrolet dealer, who reminds you that if this is your year for a new Chevy, be sure to see your Dallas County Chevy dealer, first and last.
Bill Necro, the story of this game tonight, as the Yankees beat the Rangers 5-0. Mark Holtz along with Eric Nadel back at Arlington Stadium. Necro went 8 innings tonight, giving up no runs, 6 hits, striking out 5, walking 1. He went from the second-best earned run average in the American League to the best. He now has a 1.84 ERA. He was something to watch. He picked up his 3,000th career strikeout, becoming the 9th player in history to strike out 3,000 when he got Parrish in the 4th. He joins Carlton, Ryan, Perry, Johnson, Seaver, Jenkins, Gibson, and Sutton with a career record of 3,000 shutouts. Jay Howell did not get a save. He went 1 inning, retired the Rangers in order in the 9th. No runs on 1 hit. He struck out 1, didn't walk anybody. Dave Stewart gave up his 19th home run tonight. It came to Steve Kemp, and that's the only home run he gave up. 19 for the year for Stewart. Dave went 8 1/3 innings, 5 runs, of which 4 were earned, 8 hits. He struck out 3, walked 2. Dave Schmidt, 2/3 of an inning. No runs, no hits, no strikeouts, no walks. Necro 11-4. Stewart with a loss at 4-9. The Rangers do not lose any ground as California lost. They remain 7.5 out, but the club has a record of 36-47. They've lost 5 of their last 8, now 5-4 against the Yankees. New York has won 2 in a row. They are 35-43 for the season, and with the win, they're now 19 behind the Tigers. The Tigers lost in the American League East. We'll tell you how the Yankees scored their runs when we come back in a minute.
For Dr. Pepper, here's Tommy Tuttle.
Chevrolet. It's the first name in automobiles and trucks, and the first name in Chevrolet, your Dallas County Chevy dealers. All 10 of them. Durand, Friendly, Stakely, and Hayes in Dallas, Late in Richardson, Newman and Garland, Fairbanks and Lancaster, Boswell and Carrollton, Para in Irving, and Graff in Grand Prairie. They've got the 84 Chevy cars and trucks you want, and they're dealing on trades. So if this is the year for you, be sure and see your Dallas County Chevy dealer first and last.
The Yankees in the second inning against Dave Stewart had a leadoff walk to Dave Winfield, trying to pick him off. Stewart threw the ball away. It did not go out of play, and on his error, Winfield went to third. With one out in the inning, Griffey lined a shot to center field that Sample caught, but it was good for a sacrifice fly. Winfield came home, and on an unearned run in the second inning, Griffey's 21st run batted in. The Yankees led 1-0. In the third inning, Willie Randolph led off with a single. With one out, Mattingly picked up his 100th hit of the season. An RBI single to right, his 51st run batted in. It became 2-0 New York. In that inning with the bases loaded, Stewart did retire Kemp and Griffey for the final 2 outs of the third. Leading 2-0 to the sixth, Steve Kemp with one out hit his 6th home run of the year, the 19th off Stewart. It was his 27th run batted in. That made it 3-0 New York. Some fine defense kept the game in hand. Curtis Wilkerson really had a good night, especially on baseballs hit over the mound that he had a charge. And in the 8th inning with a man on base, Rook came up with our Domino's Pizza Ranger play of the game. The 0-1 is high chopped over the mound towards second. Wilkerson having to charge, cuts it, throws, and he got him at first base. A low throw, but Pete O'Brien dug it out. In the 9th inning, an infield hit by Griffey, a sacrifice fielder's choice by Meacham with no play at second as the Rangers failed to get Griffey sliding in on Stewart's throw, put runners at first and second. Foley then lined to left. Randolph had a single for an RBI. That made it 4-0. Weiniger off Dave Schmidt, replacing Stewart. Had a successful suicide squeeze. He bunted toward first as flying home from third, Meacham with the final run of the game, and it was 5-0 the final New York. The Rangers didn't have many chances. They had 2 hits in the second inning off Negro, but Tollison grounded out with 2 on. The Rangers left 2 men on in the 4th. After Parrish reached after a pass ball on a strikeout, Ward had a single, but Sample flied out. Scott was called out on strikes. The Rangers, with 1 out in the 6th, had back-to-back singles by Parrish and O'Brien, but Gary Ward hit into a double play. 3 up, 3 down in the 7th by Negro. A leadoff single by Wilkerson in the 8th. But then Rivers went after an outside pitch, looped one to short left. Meacham made a great catch and turned around and doubled off Wilkerson at first. Bell popped out, nothing off Howell in the 9th, and that was the game, 5-0 New York. For delivering tonight's Ranger play of the game, Curtis Wilkerson received 1 point toward the Domino's Pizza Key Player Award to be presented at the end of the season. Like Domino's, Wilk delivered tonight. 5-0 New York, the final.